Welcome to the Wheels Blues podcast. Today we have a three-man team, and as usual, our special guests are...
One special guest at Squeed.
And joining MightyWheels, as always, is me at Tin Can Blues. I'm happy to be here. Wheels, you're a beauty, buddy. I love you.
We try. I'll figure out the intro eventually. I'll get it right. Eventually.
Man.
By like 2025, I'll figure it out.
All right, guys, let's start this podcast off the same way we start off all our podcasts, with a shot of Pink Whitney.
Pink Whitney.
Oh my God, this stuff, I can't get enough.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, it's like a fucking hot summer day.
Oh, it was today.
Oh my God,
It was like a
beautiful out
hot
today.
summer day.
All right, boys. So at Eric _, that's _.
Pretentious _.
Oh man, that guy. He couldn't make it today. He's a little under the weather with a completely obliterated rib. So we can't see him tonight. He can't be here. We really miss him. The pod ain't the same without him. I hope you're listening, buddy. We love you. Eric had the best idea to do a top 5 list tonight. Top 5 favorite movies, top 5 favorite TV shows. So we've all done a list. Eric, I assume, did a list. You know what, buddy? When you get back, we'll do your list. But for now, I think we'll start. If you're ready there, grand leader.
Am I going to start? I'm
Yeah,
starting?
man, you're so excited for
I'm
this.
pretty excited. I like movies. This is my thing. This is my jam.
Hello.
He sounds really ready to go.
I can't believe we're going to do this. I'm excited.
Okay, buddy, let's hear your
That's
list.
just my voice.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm going to make a shirt that just says that's just my voice. Holy shit.
All right, so I'm going to start from the bottom of my top 5 because I ranked them in order of worst to best because that's how I roll.
Jesus Christ.
So number 5, my favorite number 5 movie is Aliens.
Okay, what do you like about that movie so much?
I like it because it is the perfect action movie.
Okay.
It has Marines, it has aliens, it has really futuristic guns, it's set in space, it's filled with terrible 80s one-liners.
We're all gonna die,
We're
man.
all gonna die, man. We're all gonna die. It's got Bill Paxton. You can't go wrong with Bill Paxton. It's directed by James Cameron, who doesn't make bad movies. I don't care what anybody says about Avatar.
Titanic?
I didn't
fuck, man.
Even Titanic's worth a watch.
Oh, God. It might have been a good movie.
For the
but,
ship sinking scene. That's pretty badass.
Wow.
I think I just didn't like...
Technically, it's pretty amazing what he was able to pull off.
I guess so.
He had a real ship, man. That was freaking cool.
I guess I just didn't like the whole, Celine Dion. I know she's a Canadian treasure, but I didn't like the whole... Just music and the soundtrack and the whole...
I kind of didn't like that it was like a romance. It kind of diminishes the whole tragedy of the Titanic. Yeah,
Does it?
Okay.
Yeah. But Jack and Rose, man, that was the big tragedy. That was the real tragedy.
She had enough room on the door. She could have made room on the door.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, this is true.
That-
She's
the
just
door's
selfish.
fucked.
That was just selfish.
She's a selfish bitch.
Holy fuck.
And I don't even like that word.
What about number 4, Wheels? What do you got?
Am I doing my whole
Are we-
thing
yeah.
all together? Yeah. Or are we not going around the table?
I guess we should have discussed this before we started recording the
Table.
pod.
Now we're going to go around the table.
Okay, we're around the table. All right.
All right, well, I do have a list of these, though they're not in any particular order as they kind of change on a daily basis, realistically.
Holy fuck.
But definitely Aliens is on my list as well, so I figured I'd just
We did not discuss this.
go right after that. I was thinking, what are my favorite movies? I love space and horror, so, that's a natural. And, the Aliens is a stellar movie because of the cheesy one-liners, the action, the goddamn xenomorphs. Let's be real, people. Those guys are badass.
Those are the best creatures in movie history.
Absolutely, man. They're up there. They're amazing. Giger inspired, just wonderful creatures. It's a solid film, probably the best out of the Alien franchise.
That was well done, man. We didn't discuss this beforehand at all.
no.
I did not think you were going to pick Aliens.
Yeah, no, when you said that, I was like, what, really?
That's
That's
awesome.
definitely in my top 5.
Are you guys going to start fucking holding hands now and stuff? Or
We can right now, dude.
Yeah, come on. Give me your hand. This is nice.
That's beautiful.
I need a wet wipe now.
Dude, all of Tyson's movies are going to be lame comedies for
Yeah,
sure.
probably.
Oh, a lot of them are.
If you have Ace Ventura on that list, you need to go home.
I do not.
Okay, good.
Number 5, Rogue One, Star Wars, Rogue One.
It's not a comedy, dude.
Well, it's a comedy of errors.
What the fuck? Are you
Wow.
talking about? That was an excellent movie. Everything about that movie was fantastic.
I'm back on Tyson's side of the table.
Even like that robot that's in it, that's for the comic relief.
KS
Yeah, it's amazing. It's excellent. Like,
whatever's name. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That movie is excellent, and how it ties into episode 4 at the very end, just kind of flawlessly. I didn't know that was. I didn't hear a thing about Rogue One when I watched it, and when I watched Rogue One, and I'd already watched like the rest of the Star Wars. Obviously, I've seen all the fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, of course.
But I watched Rogue One, and I went like, fuck, that's because I remember like they got the plans for the Death Star in episode 4. Man, that's just such a cool fucking way to tie the story, and the writers should be commended for that one.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What a cool movie.
Yeah.
What a cool movie.
Sid, do you even like Star Wars? Like any of the Star Wars?
No, not many of the new ones. No.
No, yeah, that's fair. But do you like the original ones with like?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
pre special editions.
Yeah.
Not to sound like one of those snobs, but they added like that musical scene in the bar, and I was like, this is not necessary.
No, they added like really not the best CGI stuff.
Like the cleanup that they did, the restoration was awesome. The fact that you didn't see through the cockpit of the ships anymore was cool. But like the screen transitions, whatever. But the goddamn just like, hey, here's a desert planet with poor farmers. And all of a sudden it's bustling with all these aliens. And it's like, man, it was fine just as a desolate desert planet. It really added to like the loneliness and like, you know, the struggle of Luke Skywalker growing up, not really knowing where he's from and feeling isolated on this lonely, barren landscape. Like it added to it, and then livening it up just kind of seemed unnecessary. Like I think it painted a wonderful picture of the way it was.
Have you seen Rogue One?
No, I haven't seen that one.
You should watch Rogue One, man. I'm telling you.
No, they're all on Disney Plus. I started making my way through the series, and I watched episode 1, and I just kind of lost interest in continuing.
Rogue One is...
That's your mistake. You can't start with episode 1.
I'm doing them chronologically. Yeah. That's my plan to do it. So it's going to take about...
I told my girlfriend when we were going to... She actually watched every single fucking Star Wars movie with me. I told her we got to watch these in the proper order, which is 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7.
See, I'm watching them chronologically as in the timeline of the films, not the release dates.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen them all before, aside from like the spin-offs.
But if you're going to introduce somebody new to it, you need to the proper way.
Oh, I'm not going to bother trying to do that with Shannon.
Okay, really?
Yeah, no.
Inga's a real sport, man. Like when I bring my stupid hobby shit up, she's like, okay, well, fucking listen.
And does she sit on her phone while you're watching?
No, she watches the movie. Like at the end of Star Wars, she went like, that was actually a pretty good story. Yeah, and I was like single tear.
When I get to
when
I get to 4, 5, 6, I was gonna be like, let's watch these, Shannon. But I'm not gonna make her watch the other ones. I'm just doing that because I've got a weird OCD with it. I do it with video game series too, and I'm like, oh, there's a new video game. I better pay the last. Resident Evil 7. I played the last 6 Resident Evils before I touched that game.
I actually think you'd like The Mandalorian. It's kind of like a space western.
Yeah, it seems good. It seems good, but I have a hard time dedicating to shows, man. It's really hard for me.
I have to watch the rest of Star Wars, and I have to watch Solo before I'm going to go there.
See, I got the same thing.
Yeah, like there's a lot of fucking Star Wars movies.
That is some weird OCD that you two got about Star Wars.
Movies, books, and any sort of like consumable art or that tells a story. I need to. New God of War came out, and I haven't played it yet because I'm working my way through the first ones.
But you've already played those.
It doesn't matter. I haven't played it in long enough that I'm like, it's been years since God of War 3 came out. Yeah. So now I'm just like, dude, I kind of got to revisit them, even though this story is standalone, drastically different. But I kind of want to remember that angry fucking monster that Kratos was in order to draw the parallel or the contradictions between his new character and the old one.
That's fair.
To see his like growth and everything, because apparently this is like a story heavy one, and I'm pissed that I still haven't played it. But like, man, I just don't have enough time to just play video games 8 hours a day.
Well, you might have some time now.
Yeah, with this Corona layoff,
Man, watch Rogue One.
While you're at home, I'll watch it between 3 and 4. It's supposed to be, right?
No, you should watch it first. Like it's fucking
I'm
good.
Gonna watch it the way it happens.
But so your number 5 was Rogue One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4 for you.
So my number 4 is Batman Begins.
Oh man.
And if anybody knows me knows Batman is solid, and he's like my fucking like person. He's my everything. If I could be a person, it would be Batman. But Batman Begins. It encapsulates everything I enjoy and like about Batman. Yeah, I know what I said. I know. That's just my voice.
Yeah, look. Justin talks like Batman in front of the mirror.
That's not wrong. And shut your
yes.
face. But yes, back
we
to
all-
Batman Begins.
we all
It
talk like that.
encapsulates everything that's enjoyable about Batman, and it's got the perfect origin story. And in my opinion, not quite the perfect Batman, but pretty close to the perfect Batman.
It's very well done.
It's very well done.
Very
And,
well done. That movie. Even the villain is excellent. In
Yeah,
that movie.
overall, like everything about that movie, from top to bottom, is the best. Well done. There's better, like parts, like in Dark Knight. The Joker is like awesome, but like there's other parts of that movie where like,
Liam Neeson does really well as Rachel Gould, man.
yeah, absolutely.
How they foreshadow the Joker coming in at the very
That
end
was
too.
that was a good
awesome.
little touch too.
Because everybody they're like, holy fuck, the Joker's gonna be in the next one.
Man, Gary Oldman is so good. He's good in like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. That guy's a stand-up actor.
He's so awesome.
Man, it was he was.
He's
really
actually
good.
my favorite part of all those Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
Yeah.
Gary
Solid
Oldman,
casting,
for
man.
sure.
Like that's
Yeah.
solid casting. Like the problem was when Katie Holmes got switched for Maggie Gyllenhaal. Like that was kind of a little
This
weird.
is a weird take. I like Katie Holmes better in Batman Begins.
Really?
And I like Maggie Gyllenhaal in the Dark
Okay.
Knight. Yep.
I just I got a problem with characters switching because
fair.
because if I didn't know the character was switched, like
Yeah.
I went into Dark Knight, like who the fuck is that?
Yeah, you couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, and then like my cousin, who's a massive comic book
Yeah.
DC, you know, like the guy's read the comic books, like
Yeah.
he knows everything.
Yeah.
He went, oh no, that's
Yeah, but Rachel Dawes was an original character for the movies. Like that's not a comic character.
oh really?
Yeah, she was.
Okay, well,
She was
either
great.
way, he was pretty in tune with the whole thing. So
Okay.
he told me like, oh no, that's the same character. She's a different actress, and I went, oh, okay, well that makes sense because I didn't know what the fuck was going on at first. But yeah, like solid Batman Begins, man, solid movie, absolutely. That's a good choice.
And that's
Yeah.
my number 4.
Nice.
Mr. Sid.
Well, again, not in numerical order, but since your movie had Gary Oldman, I'll bring my Gary Oldman movie in and say The Fifth Element.
Bam, that movie's
Good
so
movie.
awesome.
Yeah, Jean-Baptiste Emmanuel Zorg.
That's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah, he's an
Yeah.
awesome bad guy in that.
You're not wrong.
Oh man, that has been one of my favorite movies since it came out. I don't know what it is about it. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it, it brings a smile to my face. I don't know. It's an amazing movie. The director has done some weirder things. I believe he directed Alien Resurrection, which has that weird Sigourney Weaver birthing scene, which is just kind of weird.
Kind of weird. for sure.
But he did, The Fifth Element, man. Just I don't know how to describe how much I love that movie. It's just just thinking about it makes me want to go home and watch it.
It has some of the best like sci-fi production design of
right?
a movie ever. Like the scenery and like
The aliens, the characters are so over the top,
So,
yet
yeah.
so. It's just a stellar movie, and it always has been. It's like unquestionably probably my top movie. I don't like putting them in order, but like that one, it was the first one that came to mind.
Have you
and
seen
it's
the
something
last
to
one he
watch.
did? Valerian City of the Thousand blah blah blah.
Oh, that
That
movie.
sounds
That's
enticing.
what-
Oh, that
City-
movie. That specific
it's
movie?
called Valerian City of a Thousand Planets.
Okay.
It's like it's not the greatest movie, but it's got the same kind of production design and it's got the same kind of style and like visuals that Fifth Element have, and the visuals in the movie are like stunning. I think the story of the Valerian is kind of stupid, but the rest of it is really good. The acting is kind of meh, but like visually, it's a beautiful movie. And you can always count on that with like Luc Besson movies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
his.
makes-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's his name there. Oh
makes-
yeah, The Professional and stuff too.
Oh,
eh?
the professionals.
Yeah, he did the
Gary Oldman's the
Lucy,
bad guy in that too.
I was just gonna say it wasn't Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
bad guy in that one too. Oh,
La Femme Nikita.
He's versatile, man. If there's one thing Gary Oldman is, it's versatile.
Gary Oldman can do anything.
It's
Have you seen that
versatile.
commercial where he's on a basketball court and he's like playing basketball really terribly, and he like is trying to do free throws, but then he goes on this tirade about basketball players trying to be actors.
Oh.
It's so good.
Well, Dennis Rodman was awesome in that movie he was in with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Double Take or whatever.
Was he?
No,
though?
God, no.
Was he?
No.
Is that your first favorite movie? Like your primary?
Fifth Element? Yes.
Double Take?
No,
Yes.
I thought Double Take. Oh.
Oh, no. And I'm sorry, I was totally wrong on the director of Alien Resurrection. It was just a French name, and I equated the two because I watched those movies as a kid repeatedly.
That's
and they were both space movies that I really liked. My mistake.
Mr.
Dad,
Burker.
Take that,
Okay.
Fruit One.
You guys are gonna rip me for this one. I don't give a fuck. I'm too old to give a shit when anyone.
I told you, if it's Ace Ventura, you gotta
It's
see it.
not. The National Treasure series.
Dude, I fucking love Nick Cage.
I like
Right?
the National
I have a
Treasure.
I
huge
thought you
Nick
guys
Cage
were gonna rip
fan.
me for
I
that.
like
No, I didn't
National
give a
Treasure.
fuck.
I love Nick Cage.
National
That's
Treasure.
not my favorite.
They're
Nick Cage
hokey,
movie, but it's
they're
good.
cheesy, they're all that, and I love that chase, find a clue, like fucking pulling a brick, and their Benjamin Franklin's glasses are in there, and they got this fucking, the blue and the red thing that make you see different.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing to an Uncharted movie we need
You
right
know
there,
what?
National
It's
Treasure.
great. I
Pretty
love
close.
that
It's pretty
series
good,
so
yeah.
much. It's the two movies, and I've been kind of following it. It sounds like a third might be coming at some point in our lives.
I'd be super into that for sure.
Holy fuck! I would watch.
I
the
hope
shit
it
out
kind of
of
goes.
It's the same.
to, like-
It's the same as I love the Dan Brown books. We'll get into this because I want to talk about the Dan Brown books, but it's the same reason why. Because it's follow a clue, get a clue, some information gets revealed, and it's this huge treasure hunt, which is awesome.
I'm
And it
sorry,
all-
Daniels, but Tom Hanks is so boring in those
Oh,
movies.
fuck. Okay, the movies aren't the best, but if you read the books, they're fantastic.
I've read all of
Oh
them.
my
They're
god,
really
the
good.
books are good. But the movies, for example, spoiler alert, in the movie, have you guys,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you've seen the movies?
Yeah.
Did you see Inferno?
yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've read
Did you
it.
read the book?
Yeah, I've read all the books.
Yeah.
You lent me all the books.
Okay. So in the movie, so spoilers, I'm sorry if you don't want to hear about this, probably skip ahead, but if you don't give a shit, in the movie, the book is so good. In the movie, there's a bomb, it's going to get released and all this stuff, and they stop the bomb, and that's it, end of movie. But in the book, there's a bomb that's going to get released. They don't know what kind of bomb it is, and it fucking gets released. But at the end of the book, you find out that it's a bomb that just renders 50% of the population sterile.
Is it a virus? Or
Yeah, it goes in the water. It goes in this huge aquifer, and it renders 50% of the population sterile, and it kills nobody, and it has no bias on race, religion, or anything. It just randomly clicks on a gene or clicks off a gene in your DNA, and it makes you sterile or not. It just picks random times to do it, and I don't know how. I'm not a fictional scientist, but anyway, the movie, it completely changes the ending. And I mean, at that point, how the fuck do you take those seriously?
I can't remember the
How the
ending of
fuck,
Inferno, the movie.
the end of the movie was they stop a fucking bomb, and then the movie ends. It's not even close to the end of the book. It's
can't
fucking
remember.
madness.
It's been a while. I can't remember.
Anyway, I guess we're just going to talk about the Dan Brown book now.
Well, we can't eventually.
But the whole Dan Brown series is fantastic. If you read the book, I like the books. Maybe you're
I
not
like the
that
books
kind of-
too. I like the books too.
The movies, fuck. I like Tom Hanks. I like him as an actor, but the movies are kind of shit. I agree.
They're not that great.
I agree. Justin, number 3 for you.
Number 3, Apocalypse Now. Have you seen
Ooh,
Apocalypse?
nice.
I haven't seen Apocalypse Now. Actually,
You have to watch Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I should watch that movie.
It's
Podcast
it's
is
very
paused. We're gonna go watch Apocalypse.
good. Yeah.
We'll be back. Oh,
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours, is it? That was like 2.5.
It's a long fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's so good.
Is that the one I love and smell napalm in the morning?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the one. Yeah, Robert Duvall.
Yeah, it's stellar.
It's so good, man. It's
Okay, so tell me about it. Sell me on this movie, because there might be somebody listening to this who hasn't seen it.
Well, it's basically about this man who's in Vietnam, and he's assigned to, spoiler alerts if you've never seen Apocalypse Now. If you haven't, stop listening and go see Apocalypse Now.
Is this a spoiler? Should I plug my ears?
Oh, I'm gonna kind of give you a synopsis
Yeah, that's
of
fine.
the movie.
Okay, why did you say spoiler? Should I be worried or?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Okay.
no, you're not.
Okay.
Okay. Well, basically, the story is basically this Marine or this Vietnam war vet. He's going to find this colonel that's gone AWOL, and the whole story is about his journeys in Vietnam trying to find this colonel.
Okay.
And I don't want to go into any more detail.
All right. Fair enough.
But it's all about that, and it's got the best cinematography, I think, in a movie, period. It's got a really crazy, awesome story about, this person's descent from beginning to end, all the way. It's in my opinion, it's as close to a perfect movie as you can fucking get.
Okay. And you're a big fan of those, the action.
I'm
war.
not actually a fan of war movies at all.
Okay, really?
I find war movies kind of unsavory,
Okay, fair enough.
World War II movies I don't really enjoy because I have family that was in World War II, and it's kind of unpleasant for me to talk about it and know about it, and like it's kind of gross for me to think about it. But Apocalypse Now, and it was such a long movie. Like it's 3.5 hours. It's so long, and I was really reluctant to watch it. But I watched it probably a couple of years ago now, and it's just so good.
Okay.
So good from beginning to end. Cinematography, acting, like everything.
Well, if it's one thing I'm going to take from the Wheels Blues podcast, is what the fuck I should be filling my brain with. Because, fuck, I love you guys, man. Like, you guys are... I respect your opinion.
Absolutely.
Here, so.
I take recommendations from these two more than anybody else.
And Eric, we haven't forgot about you, buddy.
Yeah, but
I could imagine Eric, right now.
What are you talking about? Just
He's just like
boisterous and
fucking gotta find the fucking idol. Gotta find the fucking idol. We've got the fucking idol. Yeah,
missed that bastard. It's a shame he's been taken by the... Wait, no. Oh, yeah, we already talked about his busted rib. Damn it.
Busted rib.
Yeah, we did.
Humongously... No, I called it an obliterator. Did you see the picture? I saw the
picture.
I saw the fucking picture.
Pretty
yeah.
There was 2 ribs in the picture, but it was the same rib.
Oh, he sent you an x-ray? He just sent me a picture of him shirtless.
Oh. No, that's what he sent me too.
Oh,
I didn't get that. Should I feel left out?
Yeah, dude, it's a sight.
Oh, that's fair.
It was good. Well, I think he was showing like the Wheels Blues podcast tattoo that he had over top of where his rib was broken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dedication. You got to smash rib.
Yeah, he wanted it deep, so they pressed until his rib broke.
Does he know that's not a cure for breaking a rib?
Well, the worst part is he got the old version of the logo before I changed it.
Yeah, well,
so
George Lucas doesn't need to change it every 2 days, so there's different stuff all the time.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what we should start calling Tyson's. George Lucas.
He changes it every 3 days.
Hey, fuck.
Next he's going to be raping stormtroopers. And...
Created one of the greatest movies of all series of all fucking time. I mean, that's an honor. Come on now. Say what you will about George Lucas. The guy was a visionary there. Like, fuck.
He was. He's a visionary.
He fucking created something. I watched that documentary, like, on how Star Wars even came to be.
The ping pong table of the Death Star.
All this shit. Incredible. Like, how they created it and how like most of the people working on it, like, just were like, fuck, it's a paycheck. Like, like they didn't really think it was going to be anything huge. But yeah. Fucking right on.
Yeah. But Sid, number 3. Sorry, you were going to say something?
I was just going to talk about some bullshit, so we should probably just get on with it. Let's go, Sid.
Talk about lots of bullshit.
Okay, well, yeah, my next movie is definitely the movie 7. I
have seen that. Fuck yeah, that's a great movie.
Right? David Fincher, man. He nails it, man. From even just the opening credits, it just sets the mood. That 9 Inch Nails, like Trent Reznor composed a lot of the music for it, and like just that opening, the sounds, the music, the visuals for that is just it sets the tone for a wonderfully grotesque ride.
That's interesting. 9 Inch Nails has been doing music for him for like years now.
Yeah, and they man, Trent Reznor does a good job with that. Like and like Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, like young cocky cop and like the old seasoned detective who's super methodical. They make such a great duo, and just like I love that movie. I remember ordering the Blu-ray, and it came from the UK, and it got $80 import charges, and Justin's like, what? I ordered it off Amazon too, and his got here before mine did, and didn't cost him $80 fucking dollars.
And it was like a month before his.
Don't even care, because I got to watch that movie in Blu-ray and be all like, still looks all grainy and film-like. Makes me happy.
Man, that movie from the opening credits, I was on edge. Until that movie ended, I was on edge.
Right? And then when the credits roll, it doesn't fucking... You're still on edge.
No, I was on edge. Like,
it
was even like the kind of thing, like, you kind of think about it later. You're like, fuck, what a... That's fucked. Like,
and then the credits roll backwards too, so you're just kind of like left going, "What the fuck did I just watch?" It's so good.
The whole vibe of it entirely had me on edge from start to finish.
It sets a mood and carries it throughout the film, even during the credits, the beginning and the end credits. You're still just kind of like, "Whoa, yeah." That's one of my favorite movies.
Man,
one of my favorites.
It was
for
well
sure.
done. I agree with you. That's a solid number 3.
Yeah, man.
Right there.
Yeah, man.
I love that people still ask, "What's in the box?"
What's in the fucking box? Dude, I say that like probably weekly at work.
I'd say that probably weekly too. What's in the box? I think I said that to Tyson today when he brought the box of swag.
We did say that.
I was like, "What's in the box?"
We did bring a box of swag.
We did.
I did order some swag.
Purchase all your Wheels Blues podcast swag on redbubble.com.
No, well, yeah, but you got to follow the link, otherwise you won't get there.
Why is that? Well, we can talk
Well, you can search it,
Okay.
but it's probably just easier to go to the Twitter, follow the link, go to the website, follow the link. I'll try and get the website out, but Jesus Christ, I would be lucky to remember the fucking how long it is.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do my number 3.
Yeah, what's your next one, homie?
Pretty much in line with how the kind of guy I am. Hot Rod. It's my number 3, and I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. That's a great movie. That's number 3, and that's a solid number 3, I think.
I've never seen Hot Rod.
What the fuck?
I've never seen Hot Rod.
Like with Andy Samberg, Hot Rod?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Holy fuck, man! You should. It's fucking. It's awesome.
How about, I'll tell you what, I will watch Hot Rod this week if you watch Apocalypse Now.
I'll watch Apocalypse.
And then we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, you bet. I'll find a time to watch, even if it takes me like 2 or 3 days to watch Apocalypse Now, because you told me it's fucking 3 days long.
Yeah. It's long.
I'll
And then
I'll
we'll
watch
report
it.
back about our opinions.
Because like Hot Rod is this amazing fucking comedy. It's like if you took a comedy and you kind of brought it back in time a little bit to when comedies were fucking amazing. Like it's just got everything, and it's got a lot of spoofs, and it's got the characters are awesome, and it. Like, have you seen a lot of anything else from Andy Samberg and that?
I've seen everything else.
Okay,
from Andy Samberg,
it's a lot like
that.
that. It's a lot, except it's like they didn't have as much money to make it, and they didn't have as much fame to make it.
Are the Lonely Island guys in that too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's okay. The Hot Rod is about Andy Samberg. He's like a wannabe stuntman.
Is Chris Parnell in that?
Yeah, he's the radio announcer at the end. But
I watched that movie at your house, and
you and me rented that movie on a whim. Probably mostly my idea, because you were like, let's watch a movie about someone getting raped in the ear. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude.
Dude, that movie was solid, though.
Oh, fuck. And I was like, I don't want to watch that movie. Can we watch this
Is that
movie?
Irresistible?
Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. Jesus.
EAR Irresistible.
Yeah, that's
Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. So
I can't
wanted
reach
to
that
watch
section in the movie store.
I wanted to watch a different fucking movie. So it was kind of one of those, like, there was a couple times in our lives where me and Sid just got really baked and watched a movie, and it turned out to be the funniest fucking thing on the planet we'd ever watched. Hot Rod is... Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is one, and Hot Rod is the other. But Hot Rod is like, it's a benchmark for, like, will we get along or not, as if you like that movie.
Okay.
Because if you don't like that movie, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
Dude, we're still sitting here.
You love that movie.
What?
Hot Rod.
No.
Yes, you did.
Oh, God,
I
no.
know you did. You laughed your ass off. I was sitting there.
Stoner
I can't
Sid
imagine how much
probably
weed I
totally loved
smoked.
Yeah, you were laughing. Fuck.
Stoner Sid
Harold
probably
and
loved it a
Kumar Go to
lot.
White Castle for sure. I like that movie.
You were laughing at Hot Rod.
I just can't believe that.
You were?
I'm struggling to believe
You were
that,
there.
man.
Man, it was good. Fuck. Like everything is. So anyway, he's a struggling, like he's a wannabe stuntman. He's struggling a little bit. And he finds out his stepfather, who he fights on a regular basis to prove his manhood,
As you do.
needs a new heart or something. But they can't afford the surgery because they live in America, where even fucking a basic fucking doctor visit costs you your firstborn. So he decides to, after a lot of funny shit happens to him, he decides to do a humongous jump bigger than Evel Knievel. And, his stepfather just calls him a pansy, and there's no way he can do it and all this stuff. And but the whole thing unfolds. He's just training, but he's so inept, and like his whole team and everybody, they kind of suck at it, but they do their best. And I don't know, it's just everything. There's so many comedy of errors in that movie. If you like a laugh, you should probably check it out.
All right. Oh, well, I will. Like I said, I will watch it this week,
Right, and I'll watch Apocalypse Now.
Okay.
I got a week to do it, so
All I gotta do is.
Is it on Netflix or anything, or do I gotta?
Apocalypse Now. I actually think it is on Netflix right now.
Okay.
Yes. And I think it's not the definitive Apocalypse. Now it's going to be like the theatrical, so it'll be shorter.
2.5 hours instead of 3
So
hours.
will I miss anything there that?
I think all that was cut was like there's this section. Spoiler alert for people that haven't seen Apocalypse.
I'm plugging my ears. Go ahead.
There's this section at a farm that's like like 20 minutes of like him at a farm with some locals.
Yeah, you bet.
And it's it's good, but like
okay.
But it doesn't add like tons to the movie.
I missed all of that on purpose.
Yeah, dude, you could have listened, and it wouldn't have made a lick of difference.
Yeah.
to you.
No, it wouldn't have made any sense to you.
What the fuck was I supposed
I've
to
seen
do?
the theatrical version. Didn't know that happened. Doesn't change my opinion.
There you go.
All right, Wheels. What's your number 2, buddy?
My number 2 is Who Framed Roger fucking
No way.
fuck.
Because
I haven't seen that since I was like 10.
Oh man, I watched that movie, the shit out of that movie when I was
so better
It
when
is
you're
good,
an adult.
though.
It's so much better when you're an adult.
All right, what do you love about that movie?
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't need to explain that.
Okay.
No,
Well,
but I do
you
need to
should,
explain
though.
it. I do. It's a noir classic. It's got like that noir like 40s vibe.
Yep.
It's basically a noir detective story, but it's set in like 1940s Los Angeles, and the murder is the murder of cartoon characters.
Yeah.
And the suspect is a fucking cartoon rabbit. And it's got like the Disney characters and the Looney Tune characters, and it's the first time and probably the last time that those characters have ever been in like a movie together, and it's just like a seamless meld of like animation and live action. And I just like the style of like the slapstick Looney Tunes humor and the noir 40s detective story.
tremendously well done for the time as well.
So good, man, so good.
And
It's
like
got
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Come on.
oh yeah,
when he
like the
becomes a
bad guy.
cartoon at the end.
Yeah, like
Wow,
you
spoiler alert.
You had no idea that he was a cartoon at the end.
His
And his eyes pop out. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think I remember having
Just
nightmares
like
when I was a
this.
kid, and my dad was like, "It's just a movie."
Yeah, but the voice, the way his voice gets.
so my dad
higher
was
and
like,
higher.
"Oh, son, it's just a movie. Don't worry so much. I'll be right back. I have to go to a press conference." And then he left, and then I don't know what happened.
Were you
But,
afraid of Christopher Lloyd and Who Framed Roger
well,
Rabbit?
no, I
Dude,
just
he's
kind of.
terrifying.
I was
He was-
pretty,
yeah, no,
I was
it's
pretty
pretty
young when I watched that part.
Yeah, he was like in his 20s when that movie came
Oh, yeah,
out.
right.
so-
That's true. That's very true. That's
Right,
very
he had
true.
like 17
I
kids.
was
because
born
of
in
that bald patch.
1962, so yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, solid choice, Wheels. Sid, what do you got?
All right, well, okay, there's a lot of honorable mentions, man. But like when
Well,
I
I
was
got an honorable mention too, but we're not going to do that till the end.
when I was going through this list, the one that came to mind was Jurassic Park. I had worn out that VHS as a child. It was the first time I tried to get away with swearing because I just wanted to be like Dr. Ian Malcolm. I was like, "Mom, can I say what he said?" "Well, yeah, sure. That is one big pile of shit." And I was like, "Ha, yeah, cool, that's sweet." Like I was just, oh man, that movie literally wore out the VHS, and it's just so good. An awesome Spielberg flick, the right amount of horror and like lessons learned, and I don't know,
Man,
not
when
really
you're
any
a
lessons
10-year-old
learned.
and
None
a
of those kids,
Tyrannosaur attacks.
none of those kids
Fucking
learned lessons.
terrifying.
None of those kids learned any
No,
lessons.
not at all. No.
But it's super good. The Velociraptors, the T-Rex, the whole thing. The Gallimimus chase scene was so cool. I was just like, oh my god, that would be so cool and so scary. Just awesome. And plus, let us not forget, all hail Sam Neill.
Hail.
He's in two of my top movies for sure, because Sam Neill's the shit.
Sam Neill is the shit. Daniels.
Yeah, take that, Daniels.
Yeah, he's in my next one too.
I got no dog in this fight. I'm just jumping on the band.
Have you
Alright.
seen Jurassic Park?
No, I've seen. Remember we
He
talked
just-
about this in the first episode.
He just
You remember my dad took me and the Secret Service took us there, and then we fucking went to the movie, and I was a little bit scared.
You know what? In all fairness, I talk about Jurassic Park a lot, so I
Fuck.
probably forget. I forget. I
You
talk
forget-
about it quite a
It's been
lot.
fucking 5 episodes, man. You forget the fucking
That
first
was
one.
like almost a month and a half ago.
Jesus Christ, how bad's your memory?
It's bad.
Holy shit.
So bad.
What's my name?
say my name.
Holy
It
fuck.
doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah, that's what my girlfriend says. Fuck. Okay, I'll give you my number 2 since nobody seems to give a fuck about what the fuck I have to say. Holy shit. My number 2 is That's My Boy. Adam
That's My
Sandler.
Boy?
Adam Sandler. It is
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
It is the best Adam Sandler movie since Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
I will
Really?
I will hands down agree with that. Plus, Rob Van Winkle's in that shit.
Holy fuck. That movie is so good. It is so good, man. You're looking at
The
me.
eyeballs he's giving
Holy
us.
fuck, he's looking at me like he's gonna kick us out of his
Looks
fucking
like a
house.
stern teacher.
Holy, yeah, he's like, it's like that parent who's not mad, he's just disappointed in you.
Oh god, it hurts.
I am disappointed.
Fuck, it is good. Did you watch it?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You didn't like it? I actually like that movie.
I do
Fuck.
like it, but
I thought it was
I've
pretty
probably
good.
seen That's My Boy like 400 times.
how is that possible?
I watch it all the time.
Dude, yeah, it was terrible living
There's
with him.
other things
Oh
on
my
Netflix.
god, man. It is good. It's so good. Everything about that movie is hilarious.
Everything.
Dude, he's got a 5-disc Blu-ray player, and all 5 of them are That's My Boy.
and National Treasure.
Somebody needs to take away your wallet, man. You gotta
Man,
stop
That's
spending
My
your
Boy
money
is a
on dumb
fantastic
shit.
movie. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Like Adam Sandler's done a shit ton of movies, and he gets a ton of hate, and he's done some good ones.
Yes.
That's My Boy is probably in the last fucking 10 years. That's the best movie he's put out. Honest to God, it is.
That's My Boy?
Yes.
In 10
In
years.
10 years, that's the best movie he's put
10
out.
years.
Yes.
Dude, yeah, like what Waterboy was before that. Waterboy was fucking hilarious.
Waterboy was amazing.
Waterboy's good. Yeah.
It's probably his best movie. It was the closest to Billy Madison that you're gonna get.
I fucking don't like Billy Madison though.
You know, I like Billy
Preach.
Madison.
I don't like Bill Madison.
Really, I like Billy Madison. I mean, it's that fucking stupid.
Happy Gilmore, yeah. Billy
Happy
Madison,
Gilmore.
it just irritated me. His acting in that bothered the hell
Well,
out
like,
of me.
then you'll
I
be
can't say it.
He
irritated.
does the voice thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't
Okay,
do
so
the
if you
voice
don't-
thing.
It's just like Little Nicky. It just bothered the fuck out of
Okay,
me.
so if you don't like him doing the stupid voice,
Yeah.
you won't like That's What. You won't like Sandy Wexler, which I thought Sandy
haven't
Wexler was
seen
a
that
great
one.
movie.
That's My Boy was pretty good though. He wasn't
Yeah.
because he was just a piece of shit, alcoholic, neglectful father.
that everybody else loves.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I can relate. Everybody loves my dad, and I had issues when we came back, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dad, your dad's awesome," and I'm like, "Yeah, for you guys."
Yeah, dude,
fucking he's not."
I knew your dad before I knew you.
Exactly.
I worked with
And
your
everyone's
dad.
like, "Oh, your dad's cool as shit." I'm sitting there going, "It's fuck you guys." And shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, your dad's.
So maybe
oh,
that's
man.
that's why I like that movie. Maybe that's why. 'Cause I was like, I get it.
He's just awesome. He's like, he doesn't know what to do, eh? He's this old guy. He's got like a fucking suit with shorts on, and his hair's all slicked down, and he's just,
Are we
you know,
talking about his dad? Or
yeah, Adam Sandler. And he's like, he's all awkward and shit, and his kid's like, fucking get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here. And he's just like hanging around anyway, and everybody's like, hey.
Wait, Sid or Andy Samberg?
Andy Sandler doesn't want to around. So he's like, so Adam Sandler, he's just like, what's up? And then the whole fucking everything goes silent. And then everybody's like, is that back? Because I've been waiting for that to come back. And then even like the 90-year-old grandma is like, what's that? And everybody freaks out and has a good time. And his kid's like, are you fucking kidding me? You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's a comedy of errors. They play baseball. They have a huge fucking wedding. It's everything about it is hilarious. I love it. It's a good movie if you just want to have a good time.
Did you see Murder Mystery?
Yeah, I've seen Murder Mystery.
I like that one.
Yep, that's a good movie too. That's My Boy.
That's my boy.
That's My Boy.
Sure.
Yeah, but like, all right, what's your number one? Like your fucking pinnacle. I want to hear your fucking pinnacle.
I just discussed.
I
my
want you to
number one.
sob about it.
I just talked about my number one.
What?
Is it
Really? What's your
Murder
number
Mystery?
2 then?
Jurassic Park was my number one.
Oh, dude, I just talked about that.
Oh well, then this is gonna be a very disappointing recap.
So okay, so we've
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
two of the same movies.
I know that's cool.
That makes sense that we're friends.
I know there's a reason that we're friends. I do it.
How the fuck am I friends with you guys? I have like no movie that you guys have picked.
You make up for it in other places. We'll figure them out
It's
eventually.
just true.
You
Yeah,
mean my
we-
number one pick? Is where I'll make up for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in my honorable mentions.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
well,
I fucking love that movie.
Oh man. Okay. Anyway.
I gotta pull out a number. I gotta pull out an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah,
Just
do
think
it
of the
right
movies
now.
that didn't make the list.
That's very true. Okay. Jurassic Park.
Whoa!
Oh, that's your honorable mention? No.
No, it's that is number 1.
Oh.
It is the best movie hands down, and I actually do have a legit reason why. It was one of the earliest moments I have, or memories I have of like going to a drive-in movie theater with my mom and my little brother. He was probably like, I don't know, 3 at the time, and I was like 40. But yeah, Jurassic Park, man, and I saw that movie in a drive-in.
That's cool.
Like, that's a
pretty
cool fucking experience.
That's pretty cool.
And that's like the movie experience that I think of all the time. That's like the best movie experience, and
That's
it's
awesome.
kind of why I love movies, because of that, and just it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, right? Legit.
Sid already covered it, and I can't really add anything to it. It's Jurassic Park.
It's movie magic.
It's
Dude,
movie magic, man. Like,
At the end of the day, that's what movies are. They're experiences. They're like they
magic.
speak to you. Like the whole experience of your movie
Absolutely.
speaks to you. Like where you have a huge memory about it. And it doesn't even have to be specifically in the movie. It's the time of your life, the experience that you had, and all this kind of thing.
and there's no scene in a movie, in my opinion, that's better than like when Richard Attenborough is telling them about the brontosaurus, and they see the brontosaurus for
The Brachiosaur.
brachiosaurus.
Guy, buddy. Your favorite movie. Eh?
Brachiosaurus, I know. Actually, that's actually,
You have
we're both
Is that why you have the
We have a
Cliffs?
T-Rex.
we're both correct.
Is that why you have the Cliffs notes out on Jurassic Park right
Dude,
here?
how are we both correct when a
'Cause there was-
Brachiosaur and a Brontosaurus are different things?
No, 'cause
there are
they-
no Brontosaurs in that movie.
No, but they used to be called brontosaurus, and then they were called brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus has a head crest with.
Then
it's
it was
different.
Then it was definitely a brontosaurus because it didn't have a head.
Yes, it did. It was a Brachiosaur.
I really don't.
You,
think so.
dude, we can pull out that Blu-ray right there.
buddy,
Dude, there's
it's
no
right
there's no
fucking there.
looking up shit on phones allowed on this podcast though.
Well, I've got information about the movies that I'm talking about because I didn't have time to write them down because I have them written down in my notebook, but I don't have them written down.
I'm the
in my
only one.
iPhone.
There's fucking 3
What?
notebooks sitting on the table. I'm the
Fact-
only one.
fact
not
check.
In my
Checker.
defense, I just got my notebook.
No
I just-
excuses.
And I left my notebook with my detailed notes at home, and this is just my workplace thinking notes.
Our loyal fact checkers will check on that for us. Was it a
Yeah,
brachiosaurus or a
At
brontosaurus?
Motherfucking
True One.
Brachiosaurus.
At True One.
At True One.
Our
and
loyal fact checker.
At
Official
fact check.
fact-
Our official fact checker for the Wheels Blues podcast.
At True One.
At
Is it a
True One.
brontosaurus or a brachiosaurus?
Brachiosaurus, you'll eat your fucking hat over this.
Tell us
Probably will.
on Twitter.
Yes,
Greg,
please.
okay?
Please do.
Right now.
and also buy that shirt that says official fact checker.
Yeah, we'd buy it for you, but we're already in the hole.
We are definitely in the hole.
Especially with the amount of liquor we drink. That's not even coming out of the podcast account.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, Jurassic Park is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it
I
is-
have
it is
nothing to
awesome.
add that Sid hasn't already said.
It's awesome. I bet watching it in the drive-thru too, where you're in the car, that T-Rex scene takes on a whole new meaning. Where it's, drive faster, you're jamming the gears, and you're just sitting there in the car going, "Oh
Absolutely,
fuck!"
absolutely.
Playing on the screen behind you too. God damn it, it's coming! Oh, that would be great. That would be great. Okay, my top 5. Yeah, Sam Neill for sure. Event Horizon.
Nice.
Event Horizon.
I love that movie. I don't care. It's schlocky at parts, but it was not one of the earliest horror films I watched, but one of the earlier ones. One of the earliest horror films that I rewatched several times. I love space and I love horror. Like the Dead Space games, the first one and the second one, and to a much lesser extent the third one, are some of my favorite survival horror games next to Resident Evil. Horror and space. The reason there's an Alien movie on there is the same. It's extra terrifying when in space no one can hear you scream, right? Where do you
got
go?
nowhere to go.
You're in a ship.
Nowhere to go.
You got
there is
nowhere to go.
Like, you could run to a neighbor's house if you're in a neighborhood and some shit's happening in your home. You can get to places where there's populations. In space, at least in horror movies, they have, there's not big space hubs with hundreds of thousands of people living in it. It is like you're a deep space mining vessel or some shit like that. You're a planet cracker. You're, insert lone job here where you're out billions of miles from people with a small crew and shit goes awry. Like, that is fucking terrifying. The feeling of isolation and helplessness, as well as the fact that there's some terrible monster stalking you. And in this case, in the case of Event Horizon, it's not even a terrible monster. It is just the ship itself has come back with something that turns people mad, something that makes people deranged lunatics, and not only fucks with them, but actually gives them the power to fuck with other people. Like, spoiler alert, Sam Neill's sitting there, and they're like, okay, we can escape, and he turns around in the captain's chair, and he's just like, eyes open, gouged out his own eyes, and he's just like, oh, she won't let you leave. It's like, oh, fuck, dog. You guys are dead.
I can't remember. Is it Space Madness or is it like there's like an alien on the ship?
Dude, so they create this like kind of wormhole device. That creates an event horizon, but I can't remember what it's called now. That's brutal. But Sam Neill is the guy who designs this thing that actually punches a hole, folds space-time. You travel through the fold, and then it unfold space-time, and it gets lost. It was on like a maiden voyage to Alpha Centauri, I'm pretty sure. It's been years since I've watched that movie.
So he time travels.
Well, no, the point is they don't really time travel. They tear a hole through space. It's like a dimensional warp.
Okay.
And then they just come out, like, he explains it by taking a piece of paper, oh god, what is that called? Basically the device that he created takes You want to get from point A to point B. The drive in the ship, full of space-time, you pass through the hole it creates, and then space-time goes back to normal. So you instantaneously travel from one location to another. And while it was doing that, it got lost interdimensionally. It's never really explained. And when they get a transmission, and when they clear it up, it's just a gore fest. People are being eviscerated. There's a man saying he's holding eyes, and he's liberate tu te me, which is like save yourself, and he's just holding his own eyes, and there's just gore and viscera happening in the background. And when they get
sounds like your kind of movie.
Oh, it's fucking it's awesome. It's just
really
I rented it as a kid because I was like, it's Dr. Grant, legit. Rented it on VHS. My parents would rent me anything, and I rented it on VHS because I thought Dr. Grant's in it. And I watched it, and I was fucking scared shitless. And I like watching that. Rented it from Tin Grocery in Lethbridge. Shout out to Tin Grocery, crazy place, awesome. Would rent R-rated movies to me when I was like 10. But oh man, it's just stellar movie. Highly recommend to anyone who likes horror or space horror or space movies. Maybe less space.
Dude, when I was a kid. There was a rule in my house, like if there was a kind of a scary movie or a little bit older, like a not like a PG-13 or a 14A movie when I was like 8 or 9 years old, my dad would be like, "Son, if the movie's too scary, I'll put it on the fridge and you can't watch it. But if it's not too scary and I think you can handle it, I'll have the Secret Service. They'll leave it in the VCR, okay? And then you can watch it before I get up. It's going to be fun. You're not going to be scared." And I said, "Dad, what if I'm scared?" He said, "Son, you're going to be fine. You're not going to be scared at all. The Secret Service will protect you." So I said, "Okay, fine. No problem." So Fire in the Sky is not my favorite movie at all. It's just that movie.
There's scary fucking bits in there.
That's your last movie?
No, that isn't. I'm just going on.
Okay.
Tangents, yo.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
So Fire in the Sky, I wanted to see it because people at school had been talking about it. And I said, "Dad, like, I want to watch this movie." And he said, "What is this movie?" And I said, "It's Fire in the Sky. It's about aliens, abductions, and stuff. And we're kind of into alien abductions at school. I want to watch it." And he said, "Okay, no problem. I'm going to check it out. And if it's too scary, it'll be on the fridge. Do not watch it." So I wake up the next morning all excited to watch Fire in the Sky. It's fucking on the fridge. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." And then my dad wakes up and he's like, "Oh, son, it's just not good. You shouldn't watch it. There's lots of bad shit that goes on in there. You don't want to see it. You're going to have nightmares. Don't watch the movie." So, like, about a week later, the movie's on fucking, like, ITV on Channel 8 or some shit.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm going to fucking watch this thing. So I get, like, the whole movie done, start to finish. And pretty much for 2 months, I don't sleep. Like, I'm not very old. And that movie is fucking scary, boys. Like, I don't know. Have you guys seen that movie?
I've seen it, but I've not in a long time.
It would scare you now. Like, it's a pretty scary movie.
I seem to recall it being kind of one of those movies like The Blair Witch where like, people initially thought it was kind of like a true story. And that kind of contributed to the hysteria.
But honest to God, like, they
whatever.
stick the guy down and they lower a fucking needle into his eye.
Dude, that is terrifying. That is also the opening scene of Dead Space 2, I believe, where you're getting. Is it the opening scene of that, or maybe it's in one? But it's one of the Dead Space movies, and it is fucking horrible because the necromorphs are just like, fuck. He's getting experimented on. I can't recall. Wow, it's been a while. EA, don't be douchebags. You may have closed Visceral Games, but put out a fucking HD collection of Dead Space. Anyway, sorry.
All right, I'll give you guys my number one now that I've got off on Fire in the Sky. It's not my number one. I'll give you my number one favorite movie of all fucking time. My pinnacle. My fucking be-all and end-all of fucking movies. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Fuck
man. I remember
yeah.
watching that on the couch at your place, and it was just like, this movie is fucking amazing.
Dude, that movie, I couldn't stop thinking about it after I watched it. I had to watch it again. Like, immediately. Like, the whole day at work the next day, I was like, fuck. I had no idea what that movie was about. I just bought it, put it in the fucking Blu-ray player.
You rented it, man, because I remember...
we bought it.
I thought you ordered it because you wanted the shirt.
No, you and me went to Hinton.
Yeah.
I bought an HD TV. Like, when HD TVs first came out.
Yeah, man.
Buy an HD TV.
I bought an HD TV.
Makes that plumber money, yo.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, even then I was making the plumber money.
Just to watch Scott
That's how
Pilgrim.
long I've been a fucking plumber.
just to watch Scott
Holy
Pilgrim. You
fuck.
bought a TV.
Dude, yeah.
No, I bought an HD TV, and then I was like, fuck, we gotta have a Blu-ray
Yeah.
to watch. And then,
Didn't you buy that in Sucker Punch?
no, I
You
bought,
bought Sucker Punch,
no, I
too.
didn't buy Sucker Punch. Somebody had suggested to me, you should watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
so
it wasn't.
we bought
No, we watched it together.
We bought the Blu-ray. I bought the HD TV back to 804 where we lived. We fucking threw out like our 27-inch fucking tube TV.
No, that went to the Nook, yo.
Oh
It
yeah.
went to the breakfast Nook for the second gaming room.
Yeah. So anyway, so we put the Blu-ray in, and we had no idea what this movie was, and it was all over the place with like video game shit and all this stuff. And at the end of the movie, we were like, yeah, our minds were exploded, and we wanted to immediately watch it again. Like
Fuck yeah.
even people that didn't like video games that lived in that house were like, that was a fucking awesome
It's a
movie.
trip,
It's
man.
so good,
It's a
man.
That movie is a trip. Everything about that movie is so good. It's so well done. The soundtrack, like the music is so good. The visuals are so good. Like you don't expect anything that happens. It all happens. You don't expect it. It all comes at you. It's like a giant video game. We'll get into this with Ready Player One because I felt the same about it.
Yeah.
But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is my number one, my pinnacle, my favorite movie of all fucking time.
We'll get into Ready Player One after.
Yeah, we will. But that is my pinnacle.
Yeah.
Just a quick aside, are we going to get into that this week, or are we going to wait
No,
till...
we're going to do it right now.
Because we haven't read the book. I wanted to read
We'll
the
get
book.
in the
for
book next
comparative.
time.
Okay. Can we do honorable mentions real quick, though?
I
'Cause
wanna
I'm
do
kinda
that.
Yeah,
with
totally.
honorable
Absolutely. Yeah,
mentions.
of course.
Man, that's why you're the brains of this operation.
Yeah, that's true.
Holy fuck.
Well, there's no point in having a top list, especially like I myself am so indecisive because like that's my top 5 when I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily my top 5, though. I will guarantee that Fifth Element is always in my top
Yeah.
5. So, honorable mentions.
Yes.
Justin.
Please. Tell me.
Please start.
Oh, me. Okay. I'm going. Yeah, I guess I did go first, right? Cool. Alright, my honorable mention is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Solid.
It is the perfect adventure movie.
Okay,
Man.
let's talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark. Let's talk.
Indiana Jones
And
is
Nazis.
the number one action star hero in a movie, in my opinion. He's pretty close.
At that time, like when that was made, fuck, Harrison Ford's a huge deal.
It's kind of like a callback to like 30s.
Yeah.
and
But I think
40s,
he's
like,
more so
serious.
referencing the character of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, like it is a classic hero type, and I liked how he was kind of like, I guess, the prototype or like the pre like Bruce Willis kind of hero, because Bruce Willis is that hero that he gets the shit kicked out of him in like every movie. That's kind of Bruce Willis's thing. He gets his crap kicked out of him, but it was like, oh, Bruce Willis, blah.
Yeah. You never see Arnold Schwarzenegger getting beaten up in a movie.
I know, right? Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I like Arnie.
Yeah, but he's like 9 feet tall, 400 pounds.
Oh, and Austrian.
And Austrian. There you go. And Austrian. Well, yes. So, and I just liked how Indiana Jones was like, he was an archaeologist, he was an everyman, he kind of, he just uses intelligence to kind of figure shit out. He didn't become a superhero until like the fucking Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which we don't need to talk about on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, well,
It wasn't that bad. But okay, we don't need to talk about it.
No. But yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you haven't watched it, watch it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
What's your honorable?
Yeah,
honorable mentions.
I've got a couple that I'm not going to go into, but like Scott Pilgrim vs. World, definitely one.
Yeah.
That movie like totally captured my imagination. I really, really wanted to find my Ramona Flowers in Battle of Seven Evil Exes.
And she would like, who didn't have a crush on Ramona Flowers
Yeah, right,
at that time
right,
after
right.
they watched that movie?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Especially,
wow.
and
actually- and also
colored hair
Envy.
is
Like
cool
Envy
too.
too.
Yeah, Envy Adams.
Yeah, she's pretty
Because
bad.
Brie Larson, like, she's an excellent actress, and
She is, and
like that
she's-
was really the first thing I've ever seen her in, where she was like, she just plays the character well.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole, like, even if you read the comic books, that character is just
She personifies it very
Yeah.
well in the film. Absolutely,
Really
yeah.
does.
Because you bought all the comics after
Yep.
we watched that, and I
Yep.
remember reading them, going,
And-
"This ain't bad. This is coming out of the big smoke. Eh? That's all right.
okay.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah,
That's-
I'll just go with the one, man. I've got a lot, but that one's good, and it's relevant because it was brought up in the tops.
See, this is why we're friends, because we all have similar tastes.
Yeah.
We kind of all had like similar kind of movies that we liked. Tyson likes a couple terrible movies, but it's okay.
That's okay. I don't give a fuck. I'm too old to give a shit what anyone thinks.
That's fair.
My honorable mention is Kung Fury.
Oh, damn, dog.
That is my
Wow.
That's an awesome
That
pick,
is
man.
pretty
I remember watching that, just being blown the fuck away. That
You're the
something
one
like
that
that can
told
even
me
get
to
me.
watch that.
Yeah, I just put it on at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I remember the lady that was over woke up and just saw Triceracop, and she's like, "The fuck are you watching? I'm not ready for this."
Did
And
I
I was
send that
like,
to you, or did you?
I just watched it one morning. I just put it on because the lady friend I had over was she was sleeping. I was like, well, I'm up. I'm gonna just put something on. I feel like staying in bed, and put that on. And yeah, she woke up and was just like, what the fuck are you? I can't do this right now. I just went back to sleep, and I was like, this movie's right up your alley. You should wake up because that movie's stellar.
Man,
It's
Kung Fury
movie.
is so fun. It's a half an hour. If you have a half an hour and you have Netflix or YouTube, just watch Kung Fury. It's 80s. It's like it's blatantly 80s. It's like even parts of it lose tracking, like you're watching on a fucking old VCR and a tape that's fucking fucked, right? Like, you know, it's just it's a great movie. It's fantastic. Man, oh man, I can't believe it. Like,
Yeah, man, that was a trip. That's a wonderful little like blurb in the Netflix.
Yeah,
world
but the best
there.
part is it's half an hour. You watch it, you're done with it. The guy fucking smashes the Nazis with a tank after saying "tank you."
I do hear they're making a feature.
Oh yeah, Hitler himself. in that.
They are turning it into like a feature-length movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
but that was what, like 6 years ago?
No, dude,
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
fair.
happen.
That's
Apparently,
fair.
Michael Fassbender signed on.
Facebender.
Fassbender? Is
Yeah,
that
Fassbender, but I prefer
Fassbender
Facebender.
sounds better. Oh my god.
I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger was in that too, isn't he?
Fuck. They should all be in it. David Hasselhoff, Michael fucking Ben's face. They should all be
I
in
wish
that.
I wish David Hasselhoff was in it for sure.
God damn it.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
So that's our movies.
that does it for our top 5 movies. We're gonna save top 5 TV shows for next time.
Yeah, we
When,
should have known this was going to spark a bigger conversation.
Holy
We can't just
hell.
list some stuff out and be like, that's good, that's good.
Holy hell.
But like that, because we did that was an hour. Like
That was an hour
Well,
of
we're-
favorite movies.
We're a bunch of passionate losers, so. Now that we're done that topic, let's have a quick drink.
Yes.
And we'll reconvene.
Yes.
So what are we gonna drink tonight?
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, we gotta plug it.
Yeah, well, fucking
then
plug
now-
your
now-
mouth. God damn it.
With
this
shots of
Now we're plugging
Pink
it.
Whitney. No,
There
but,
it is.
But you can't just say we're sponsored by Bozo.
We're not sponsored. We're not affiliated in any way,
We're just sucking back all the Pink Whitney.
but we're fueled by it. Holy fuck. In the words of esteemed double underscore, that shit is fierce.
That shit is fierce.
It's easy. It's like drinking a cloud on a sunny Sunday afternoon.
Fuck, is it ever good?
A lemonade cloud of pinky deliciousness.
It might help that I love pink lemonade.
No, dude, no, straight up. That shit is the
Pink
bomb.
lemonade is
Oh
pretty
my god.
delicious.
It's just good vodka.
Do people still say that? The bomb?
Just to be clear, not sponsored by Barstool Sports or Pink Whitney in any way.
But if you want to, get at us, yo.
We are only fueled by said vodka.
What is Barstool Sports?
I don't know. It's entertaining.
They're like the
Instagram feed.
conglomerate that has Spit and Chicklets and fucking new.
Oh, is that like
Amsterdam
just
vodka.
like their podcast network?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also an interesting Instagram feed you should follow.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, I think that the next thing that I wanted to talk about, if you guys are all right with it,
Yeah, I'm-
is board games.
I got nowhere to be,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Nowhere to be, man. Let's do this.
You don't?
No, I'm kind of standing inside.
Yeah, well, we're kind of at your fucking studio.
Yeah.
The best studio
Downtown
in town.
Santa Monica.
Studio. Not in a room in your house. We're in a studio.
It might be a better studio now because we're in a different
fuck.
room in the
Yeah,
house.
well, we'll find
in the studio.
Wow.
This fucker's pimped out.
We're in a
Sorry.
different room in the studio.
Yeah, there's Bert
Well, the
Murray.
studio. We're
Hey, man, that's a one of a kind piece of art, man. That's
the studio
awesome.
has 2 rooms.
Is it? It looks like a print.
It's not, man.
All right, so I want to talk about the board game Pandemic.
I'm just assuming that I'm the only one that purchased that piece of art.
It's very topical at the moment.
Pandemic?
It is
Pandemic.
indeed. It
And
is
nobody
indeed.
here has played it but me, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You
Okay.
are correct in assuming
So,
that, sir.
we're not going to play it live or nothing. Like, Jesus, fuck. Like, that would be boring. But we're going to talk about it a little bit because I want to play it with these guys and then I want to talk about it after. But the whole game, the best part about this board game is you don't play against each other in any way. Like, you're all on the same team. trying to stop a fucking pandemic, much like what the fuck's going on. And you all have different jobs.
Okay.
Either you can pick a job or you can draw a job randomly. Medic, scientist, researcher, and they all have different powers and different abilities that lend advantages and disadvantages to the game. So you have to choose, much like a game, like a video game or something, what the fuck do you want? So, for example, a researcher can give certain cards, and a medic can clear diseases quicker, and all this kind of thing.
Interesting.
But you work together, and you only get 3 turns per turn, and every time you draw more cards that infect more cities. And there's always a danger of drawing an epidemic card, which fucking fucks you right up, and it causes a big problem.
So, are you in like a facility, like a medical or a research facility, and you're researching or trying to like fix a pandemic?
No, you are traveling around all the cities in the world.
Okay.
The whole game is a world map.
Okay.
And you travel amongst the cities, clearing diseases and trying to find a cure for these diseases. But you need to work together, because without teamwork, you don't solve shit.
Oh, so it's not like a you versus me kind of game.
No, it's like you all work, and there's up to 6 players, but you all work together.
Okay.
So it's really kind of cool, and the coolest part about Pandemic is there's the base game where that's it. It takes about 45 minutes, and you've either cleared the disease or you fucking lose.
Okay.
And but there's also Pandemic Season 1 and Pandemic Season 2. Pandemic, and both of those...
Is it more pandemic year?
I would fucking say so. The whole basis of that is there's 12 months in those games, and it's like one game is a month, and the next game is a month. No, or Season 1. Okay. They call it Pandemic Season 1 or Season 2. Obviously, Season 1 is the earlier one. You should probably play that one. So if you played Pandemic a whole bunch, buy Pandemic Season 1, play it with a group of friends all the time, because what you do in let's say the first game carries over to the second game, which carries over to the third game, and so on and so on. And you open up little boxes which introduce, and you open up top secret files, like you're part of this government thing to stop this, and like there's shit that's happening that only you're allowed to know. And it's all this top secret information. And the more months that you play, the more shit gets unveiled. And like, for example, I'm playing that game with another group of friends. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, whatever. We know we're not cool.
we didn't get invited.
And
that's
too cool for
at
your
this
taste.
point in time,
it's fine. We have other games.
There's a disease that the government has told us we can't cure, so now we have to. There's 4 diseases always in pandemic, but this government has now said you can't cure this one, so you just have to contain it. So while we're trying to cure the other diseases, we have to try and contain this other one, all knowing we can't cure it because there doesn't exist a cure yet. Okay. And that's just the cards we've drawn over the first 2 games.
So, quick question: are you like a national leader, or what is your role as?
Depends what card you've drawn.
Okay, yeah, but you're a scientist. You're this. You're this. So, what kind of like control do you have over the situations? Like, if it's like, okay, you got to contain this, can you just go, okay, well, like carpet bombings?
No, you are given like a turn, right?
Okay.
The player gets a turn. You get 3 moves.
Okay.
And you can either move, cure a disease, or you can change a card, or you can lay a research base, or you can do anything like that. But at the end of the day, like if you're trying to cure this disease, you cure here, you contain here, and that's the thing. Like you talk with the other people playing.
When you cure a disease, like can you do that every turn? Like do you have the option to cure the disease every turn?
No, you need 4 of the same color cards. Well, if you're if you draw like a character card, well, you need 5, but one character only needs 4. So generally, the whole game is spent trying to get that character all the colored cards of that one colored disease. Like there's red, there's blue, there's yellow, there's black. Like there's all these different colors, and you're trying to cure that one color.
So is there more than one disease in the game, or
yeah,
more
there's
than
4.
One? Okay, cool, interesting. So
all at once.
Is there like an earth, water, fire? It's not like a no. Okay.
It's just like 4. Like it. This one is like in the game. It's named eerily close to COVID. Actually, it's a little bit. We were like, whoa, fuck, that's pretty close. But like you work. The best part is you work together. Like so, you're all on the same team. Nobody's fighting each other in this game. Like you're not competing. But yeah, it's a great game, and the season 1 and season 2. I've only played season 1 about halfway, and you try to contain this thing all the time. Yeah, it's quite a good game.
Did you have something to add, Sid? I thought you wanted to add something.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, I'm hoping maybe by the next podcast we'll have had a chance to sit down as the four of us. You know,
you're looking at an empty chair where Eric would be.
He would be.
Eric would be there.
But it's a good thing we all have chemistry, because one or two lacking does definitely not hinder us too badly. But hopefully we can, in the time between this podcast and next, all have a chance to sit down and play it together and talk more about it, because it is a good way to talk about a hot topic right now without actually discussing the topic. So
holy fuck!
It sounds like
if there was a time to play a fucking pandemic board game to try and save the fucking world, it's right now.
No, it sounds good. I think we should attempt to organize a night and come back and talk about this again after.
I still have to go to work though, so we can't do it on a fucking weekday.
No, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I never do.
Nobody wants to go to work.
Just I'm laid off, but I can. You know, I'm a carpenter, man. I can go and do side work.
Okay. Do we want to talk about favorite books today?
I'm cool with that for sure.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Kick it off, Dustin, man.
I'm gonna kick it off.
You're the glorious
man,
leader, man.
If you look at my notes here, I sent my notes to my esteemed colleagues here, and when I wrote favorite books, I wrote favorite books ? Because
I
thought about so many different.
Well, there's like 47 books over here.
And realistically,
what's this one?
I could not think of a book that I thought.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a book from your studio bookshelf.
That's not my favorite.
Oh, okay.
No, but man, probably my favorite book is probably. I'm gonna say. It's actually. This is not my favorite book.
But what do you mean it's not your fucking favorite book?
This was my favorite book when I was a child. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of my childhood again.
Oh god,
Captain Underpants.
Oh, see, I thought it.
I'm like 38, dude. Why would that be my favorite book?
You said it's your favorite book when you were a kid.
Yeah, dude, that book wasn't a thing when he was a kid.
Yeah.
That was like the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
dude.
Fuck, Superman #1.
Fuck, I wish. Man, I wish that would be my favorite
Action
book now.
Comics
That's my favorite
#1.
book now.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's not. It's Batman #1.
Okay, yeah.
But that is a good choice. But no, my favorite book as a child was Where the Wild Things Are. Have you guys read that book?
Yeah.
I have read that book.
It's so good.
You know what? That's the kind of book where I read it and I was like, I could fucking write a kid's book.
What?
Fuck, yeah.
How old were you?
Tamed them with the magic trick of looking at them with their eyes.
Yeah, dude.
You know. I mean, it's like I get it why kids like it.
No, he didn't. The whole thing is him like realizing that his mother is correct and you can't behave like a fucking idiot.
He sailed in days and nights.
He sailed in for days and nights and years. But then he played with the monsters. The monsters are idiots. The wild things are idiots.
Are they? They've been living happily on their island, totally secluded, and
they couldn't have been that happy. They made the little boy king like 2 minutes every.
Yeah, but then he fucks off, and then they're like, "Don't go, we love you so." And then he's like, "Yeah, but I got like hot food at home."
You all know it was in his dream, right? It wasn't a real thing. He didn't really go to the fucking island with the wild
things are.
There's no wild thing. But yes,
okay,
that is my favorite book as a child. And now that I'm thinking about my favorite book as
what about now while you're 94?
Yeah, well, my favorite book now that I'm 94, this is going to be, it's not technically a book, it's a graphic novel. My favorite graphic novel, because that's what I generally like to read because I'm a fucking nerd, is Batman Hush. Batman Hush is my favorite book of all time.
Of all time?
Yes.
Damn, dog.
Yes, Batman Hush is my favorite book
of all time. Is it because of the pictures?
Somewhat. It's good art, man. It's Jim Lee.
Does that count as a book?
There's words, there's dialogue, there's a story.
There's no descriptive.
It's a good story, man. It's got all the all the rogues of Batman. Batman's in it. There's a mystery element.
Okay. Well, he is the world's greatest detective.
He is the world's greatest detective, and I never get tired of Batman fiction. But that is and
favorite book.
Yeah,
Fucking right on.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
There's no wrong answers here, man.
There probably is.
No, there
probably
isn't.
gonna get a lot of hate.
Well,
on
if
fucking
the next round around, he's going to be like, yeah, Mein Kampf, for sure, for its realistic
Wow.
storytelling, and how I really feel like this is like a book to live by.
Out of all of us here, the only person that's probably even looked at that book would be you.
What a... Did you point at me?
No, he pointed at me, and I have read Mein Kampf.
Okay.
Yeah, see.
Dude, so did you guys see that around Christmas time? There was like
Mein
a...
Kampf? No, we did
Oh,
not.
no, listen. Listen to the whole fucking story before
Sorry,
you do
go.
it. So around Christmas time, there was a video that went out where like a uncle got something for the kid, and the kid opened. So like the video was like, "Here's your present from your uncle," and the kid opens it, and he's like, "It's the fucking Mein Kampf," and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then his like the dad of that kid is like talking to his brother, the uncle. He's like, "What the fuck, man?" And he's like, "Well, he told me he wants Minecraft." Minecraft, and then like Minecraft. Anyway, and the kids, it's just hilarious.
I want to see that video.
Because the kid, I'll show you after the pod.
Okay, cool.
He wanted Minecraft, but he got Minecraft.
Nice.
He said he wanted Mein Kampf. How am I to?
Yeah.
Not
It's
listen.
just, it was fucking pretty funny.
That's awesome.
My favorite book.
I haven't even said mine. It's not Mein Kampf. That's not my favorite book.
I thought that was your favorite book.
Jesus Christ, no! It's The Thief of Always.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about this.
Well, it's a master storyteller, Clive Barker, and anyone who knows Clive Barker's writing, he created the character Pinhead, and he did Hellraiser. He did a short vignette on characters that were called Tortured Souls that were created by McFarlane Toy Company. Which, man, if I would have had the wherewithal as a child to have picked those up, damn, because they have some of the favorite. One of my usernames for the longest time was Taliseed, which was based on a Clive Barker character named Talisac. Yeah.
Interesting.
Isn't that still your PlayStation name?
Yeah, it is still my... Yeah, because I'm not going to change my PSN and risk corrupting my data because Sony fucked up and didn't just attribute a number to your account. Instead, use the name you set it up with, idiots.
Can you actually change your name now?
Yeah, but it can corrupt your shit if it was any time before 2018. And I play a lot of old games.
That's
That's my shit. Yeah, well, they fucked up.
Do better, PlayStation.
Anywho, this is Clive Barker definitely does not write children's books, but this book is a children's book, but it's meant to be enjoyed by children and adults alike. And I remember reading it as a child. I wasn't that young, but I read a lot of books I probably shouldn't have read. My dad had a very dark reading. The books he read were usually pretty dark. A lot of Dean Koontz. I grew up reading a lot of Stephen King, Clive Barker, darker fiction. And The Thief of Always is always something that stood out for me. It's about a young boy named Harvey Swick who he's so sick and tired of every day. It's cold, it's miserable, it's raining, the sky's always gray, he's got to go to school, he hates his teacher. And one of the coolest describing words of a month ever is Harvey Swick and the Great Gray Beast February. And I just remember reading that, just going, okay, this is cool. And he's visited by a man named Rictus, who's got a big smile, and he comes up to his window and he invites Harvey Swick off on an adventure to somewhere he'll be happy. And it's a wonderful, wonderful time every day. Everyone's there. There's other kids his age. They just live in happiness, and it's wonderful. And he takes them to Mr. Hood's house. And every day for this young boy is magic. Every day is a holiday. One day it's Christmas, the next day it's New Year's, and then it's St. Patty's Day, and it goes through, and it's just every day is a dream for a child. There's all these peculiar little cats going around. There's magic in the walls of this house, and there's an wonderful old woman who cooks all the meals, and everything's good, and everything's a little too good. And I won't go any further than that. It's I highly recommend it. It's a quick read, and it is a wonderful book that's filled with like magic and adventure, and it goes dark and it's scary, and it's a wonderful read. It's one of my all-time favorite books.
What's that one called again?
The Thief of Always by Clive Barker.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sounds interesting.
Absolutely. I've lent that book out a heap of times, and I always managed to get it back.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I'll lend it to you.
Okay.
B had it last. She read it when she was living here. So.
Awesome. Okay.
Right, my favorite book, well, I guess it's a series, is we've already kind of been here. It's the Dan Brown, Robert Langdon series where, you know, it's Angels and Demons. It's all those kind of books, right? And the newest one is called Origin. I actually haven't read it yet. I'm just kind of waiting. Usually I wait a little bit.
I've read like half of it.
Okay. Usually I wait to read those books, but I have read Inferno. I have read all those, like, I have read Da Vinci Code. I have read all those books. But those are my favorite books. They're much like National Treasure. It's like follow a clue, get an answer, solve a mystery, that kind of thing. And I really do love those books. That's my favorite book of all time.
Nice. I have, like, I did make a list of, like, 5.
Well, we don't need to do a top 5 of books.
What? People don't read 5 books?
Well, it'll just going to be another 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I did make a list of 5.
You're the editor extraordinaire.
Yeah, but then if he's going to edit out what we talk about, what's the point in talking about it? I don't actually
I'm not going
like
to edit
any of
this
you
episode,
guys.
actually. This episode's going in raw.
Oh, okay.
Bite the pillow. It's going in.
So do we need to cut her off soon then?
No, we don't need to cut shit.
You off very quick.
Probably.
Fuck, I told you it's going in raw. We don't need to cut anything.
All right. We hope you guys like it raw.
That's right, Eric.
So there's other books that are good, contrary to what Tyson thinks, apparently, where we can't talk about more than one book.
I just thought we were doing our favorite book of all time.
Well, I didn't know that.
Didn't you get the pre-show notes?
I think
yeah,
you
but I've
send
had a
different
busy
notes.
week.
to
Yeah,
different
you all
people.
ignored the pre-show notes.
I swear to God, he sends one to the... Like, I was like, I didn't even know we were doing a top 5 episode.
Right? Yeah. Right.
It's fucking in the pre-show
And
notes.
he just decides what the topics are. He doesn't even discuss.
Right?
We discussed it on the fucking pre-show notes.
Was this one of those cat
You were there. I was there,
I-
and Eric was there.
I
this one
looked
of-
back
was
and
this
I
one
was
of-
like,
I just fucking woke up. I didn't read the rest of the fucking conversation.
So another one of my favorite books is called The Wasp Factory. It's by a
credit.
Scottish writer called Ian Banks. I think that's how you say it. It's like Ian Banks. I can't give too much away, just because it is an interesting ride through this person's life. They're just a young boy whose genitals were bitten off by
Whoa.
a dog as a child.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
he
What the
lives
fuck?
with his father in this small little Scottish town, and he has this contraption in the attic that is a fortune teller, and he calls it the Wasp Factory because it'll catch a wasp and he'll put it in this contraption that he made, and it'll decide what his actions are when he's faced with a tough decision. And anyone who finds that book, they can pick up the back of it, and the first thing in the descriptor is, I still don't know why I killed my cousin Blythe, is the first sentence on the back of that. And it is just really interesting. It's not as dark as it sounds. I highly recommend. I'm sorry I don't have more information on that to share right now.
Dude, you
That's
know
very
what? You've done
descriptive.
enough because
I've done
I've
enough.
been telling so many people about how much fucked up shit you love.
Dude, the Watts Factory isn't even that bad. It's not even bad. It's a really good book.
Can
It's
you
not
just
even
tell me about the Wasp Factory again, just at the beginning?
What, the genitals thing?
Yeah. And then tell me it's not.
It's just
fucked
about a young Scottish boy who had his genitals eaten off by a dog.
up. Yeah. Okay. Like it's really.
I hear it happens all the time in Scotland.
Probably
You're just like you're swinging right in to
Is this
exactly
set-
what I said you were.
Is this set in like modern times, or is this like a period kind of?
It's not a period piece.
Oh my
It's,
god, man! Jesus Christ, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Why?
It's perfect because if it's pretty fucked up, Sid
It's
probably
horrible.
has it on DVD.
Or on paperback. In paperback.
You don't have it on hardcover? You're a shit fan.
Oh wow, dude! So my uncle bought me this book when I was a
Okay.
kid. It was one of the several books he bought me when I was like 13. The Watts Factory. He bought me J.D.
Was it
Salinger.
Smitty?
No, it was my uncle Ted. He bought me
Okay,
that.
Ted.
He bought me The Catcher in the Rye, and he bought me Siddhartha,
Oh, cool. Catcher in
which
the
is the
Rye.
story of the one of the Buddhas.
One of these days we're gonna get Smitty on the show.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, cool.
He
So,
told
like-
me he wants to come on.
Nice. Well, there you go. That's
Sid's uncle,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yep. We do have some other people that would like to be guests on this show as well.
I heard Big Red wants to come on the
Big
show.
Red definitely wants to.
Just a quick aside. I'll just give you a quick the little wiki thing about this book. It's not
Yeah,
that
okay.
fucking weird. The Wasp Factor is written from first person's perspective, told by a 16-year-old Francis Caldheim. describing his childhood and all that remains of it. Frank observes many shamanistic rituals of his own invention, and it is soon revealed that Frank killed 3 children before he reached the age of 10. The book sold well, but was greeted with a mixture of acclaim and criticism due to its gruesome depiction of violence. The Irish Times called it a work of unparalleled depravity. Damn it, that didn't help my case. Really good book. Highly recommend. One of my favorites. Absolutely.
That one's called The Wasp Pack.
The Wasp. I have it. I'll lend it to you.
Okay.
I expect,
all these books.
like, honest to God, man.
Well, I guess I'm finally living up to the description of me liking depraved shit, but like it's a really good book.
Nah, man. I still love you, man.
I haven't even talked about like
is the genital mutilation integral to the plot of the story?
Jesus Christ.
it's integral to the character.
Okay.
It's not descript. It's
No,
not
but-
described.
No, but
there's
it informs
mention
his
of
like
it.
journey in the story.
It's
I'm
a part of
asking
the
a legit
journey.
question.
It's
Why are you
not.
laughing?
It's not even something that comes up right away.
Okay.
It's something that later comes into account.
It's like
It's not even a thing that is relevant for the majority of the story.
okay.
All right. Well, now we're done with our favorite books.
Dude, you should see some of the books I've got.
That'll pretty much end it.
No, God, come on.
Are we ending it? We're not. I thought
Sid just killed
Yeah,
him.
You already
yeah.
gave your favorite book.
you wanted to talk about your new
That'll
favorite movie.
pretty much end it.
Sid just killed it.
You wanted to talk about your new favorite movie that you saw like a week ago, like a noob.
Well, no,
That's
that
a word
has
for
nothing
you
to do with
kids.
the favorite books.
Yeah. All right.
It is a book.
I'm
It
gonna.
is a
I'm just
book,
gonna.
but
I'm
we're
just,
not talking about that.
I'm just gonna bring up a favorite book every episode. That's what I'm gonna do. That's
Hey,
gonna be my thing.
you know
buddy.
what?
Do it.
I'm on board.
Though I do also. I want to quickly.
Here's my favorite book. It's about somebody getting ass raped in some way.
Dude, no, they shove hot chili peppers up his ass. It's
Ah.
way different.
Whoa,
Fuck,
whoa.
I wasn't that far off.
Whoa.
Okay, I wasn't that
It's not-
far
I was
off.
on your side, man. I was
Hey,
trying
fuck.
to help you
Look,
out.
look, it's just the way. It's just the shit that he loves. Okay, you can't fucking change him.
Why
You
did
just fucking
Tyson?
accept
Why
it.
did Tyson get the Oilers coaster?
It just worked out that way.
Ah, fuck.
Wow.
Dude,
Just-
you gave. Not only did you give me the Oilers coaster for my beer, you gave me the New Jersey Devils coaster for my Pink Whitney shot glass.
Yes.
That sounds kind of like a little cohesion, a little like you
Why?
know,
What's
What's
the
so
solution?
special about the fucking
come
Jersey
on,
Devils?
the New Jersey Devils, the Oilers
Taylor
coaster.
Hall, that fucking
He's-
beauty.
You know, does he jerk you off?
Dude,
after
do you
guys
think
leave?
my fingers on the pulse of trades in the NHL? Guys, you should know I am
talk to him. Of course it is.
A, I am not the sports guy. B, Tyson and I don't talk sports.
Dude,
Like,
Sid
legit,
doesn't.
we-
Is it only me he talks about?
Yeah,
in sports?
I-
You're
like
the only
sports,
guy
but
I
I
talk
don't-
sports with.
I don't give a fuck about
That's-
sports.
that's-
I like them. I enjoy watching them, but I don't know names.
I
and
have
shit.
multiple interests with
Taylor-
multiple friends.
Taylor Hall doesn't play on
You
the fucking
do
Oilers
not.
anymore.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I
you're
know.
right. Yeah, you're right. But hey,
Jesus.
hey, Wheels. Hey, fuck off, Sid.
Ah!
Let's talk about the 2014 proposed playoffs.
You mean the 2020
Let's
proposed?
do it. Let's do it. I want to talk about.
Are you talking about the 2020 proposed playoffs?
Well,
No, we're talking about
this
our
year.
fucking playoffs, yo.
No, this year. So TSN and multiple, sports media that are grasping at straws, trying to keep their fucking people employed right now. They have proposed. Whoa!
Excuse me.
Good job.
Holy fuck!
Good
Did
job.
you just do that into the microphone?
Not intentionally. I was grabbing at straws.
Oh, okay. Well, so TSN has proposed a 2014 playoff when the league resumes.
I thought that was like a league thing. Like the league proposed that when they come back, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, like it's kind of like the players are talking about it. The
Okay.
league is talking about it. Like
It's dumb. It's
TSN, it's not dumb. Like fuck, I told my girlfriend that hockey might start in July and go till October and then restart again immediately, and she fucking divorced
she
me.
divorced
So,
you.
Yeah, immediately. She was like, "I want a divorce," and I was like, "No,
Booked your
but like."
ticket back to Germany.
Yeah, I was like,
She's
you
gone.
don't understand. We're gonna have hockey year round without a stop.
Tyson's gonna start sleeping in the fucking studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sleep in the fucking studio. Jesus Christ. So anyway, TSN has put out, and I got this bracket from TSN just to let you all know. And what I think we'll do is we'll go through how it works is the top teams in their division have got to buy into the playoffs, and we'll go with like a top, like if you have to win this wild card game to get in. So I think we'll talk about the West. Does that sound good, Wheels?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
fine with
Hey,
whatever
Sid,
you want to
talk about the West?
Woo! Yeah! Overthrow communism!
Sid is getting beer from the fridge, so He is not here. So we'll talk about the Western Conference. So we'll talk about the
He'll
Wild.
be back momentarily, folks.
Yes. So the quarterfinals has Winnipeg versus Calgary, Edmonton versus Chicago, Arizona versus Nashville.
Wait, so are these the brackets that would be if
This
playoffs, if the playoffs started today? This is what the NHL would actually
not
be
necessarily. This
Okay.
is like what TSN has drawn up if there's 24 teams.
Yeah, but
not
is this,
16.
yeah, but if this is the stats, like if the stats are as they are right now,
Yes.
in the NHL, and this is what the playoffs.
Yes, but it has
Okay,
nothing to do with the 16.
No, it's 24,
Teams?
but it's
24,
I'm
yes.
assuming it's the same format, and it's just they're just.
I don't know
using
what the
24.
format is,
Okay.
but it's just what TSN has
Okay,
drawn up.
okay.
We're gonna vote on it, and we're gonna get a Stanley Cup champion.
Sounds good.
So in the Western Conference,
Washington Capitals.
okay, the Washington Capitals do not play in this conference.
I know. I'm just joking.
I know you do.
I know.
I don't. Well, if anybody knows where fucking Alex Ovechkin plays, it's your dick.
It is me, and my dick.
It does rise to the occasion.
If it's not
It
Tom
rises
Brady,
to
it's
Alex Ovechkin.
Tom Brady and Alexander Ovechkin.
That's
Those,
right, it
those are
does.
my all paths.
Yeah,
So,
go
so you're gonna have
Buccaneers,
to
eh?
fucking move to Tampa Bay.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. We'll talk about that next part.
Yes.
Oh, because Eric will have some shit to say for
Holy
sure.
fuck.
For sure.
I
We
don't wanna
can't
miss
talk
that
about that
goal.
shit without Daniels.
Yes.
No way. All right, so we're gonna start off with the first round. Winnipeg versus Calgary, Edmonton versus Chicago, Arizona versus Nashville, and Vancouver versus Minnesota.
So is this who?
Wait a second. Colorado, Dallas, St. Louis, and Vegas all get a bye into the next round.
Oh, is that how it works? They get
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so this is just this is personal opinion though, not because I'm not going to base this on stats. I'm going to base it on what team I'd like to see get.
Yeah. No, there's three of us recording the pod right now.
Oh what?
Best 2 out of 3 wins the game.
Oh what?
We're going to take a vote for every series. There's only going to be one series, one vote, and we're going to go on with it.
Oh what?
We win $100 at the end of the pod. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, if somebody sponsors it, fucking sure. It's not
Alright.
going to be me.
Oh yeah, dude, we got to do the video game draft.
Oh,
Yeah, yes,
fuck.
yes,
We
we do.
do
Yes,
got
we
to
do.
do
Yes,
that.
we do.
We do got to do that.
That is your baby. You
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Yeah, you
I'll-
sort that out.
Now that
We're
I'm
gonna
not
do
going
it.
to Australia anymore due to the border closures,
Yeah,
I'll get on
Oh,
that.
Fuck.
Cool.
We got to do that in the pod. I'm in 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
I'll speak for Eric. Hey, Eric, are you in?
You
Fuck
bet.
yeah.
You betcha.
You betcha.
You betcha.
I fucking
folks.
love it.
You bet your goddamn ass.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like you'd say that.
Yeah.
He would say that.
Yeah.
He would say that.
He would.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
big guy.
Okay. We're patting him on the back because we definitely don't.
Not on the chest.
No.
No, because he has broken ribs.
For being a man.
There we go.
Anyway,
Winnipeg versus Calgary. Who
Winnipeg.
wins that game? Wheels.
Winnipeg.
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 And I vote Calgary. 2 versus 1. Winnipeg moves on.
Calgary. What are
Okay.
you, Dylan Simpson?
Edmonton versus Chicago. Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
Fuck. 3-0.
Yeah.
No, I like Chicago as a city.
Yeah, but
Better than
like,
Edmonton.
you got to kind of think of it like which hockey team would win.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking of what I want to win. It doesn't matter if they would or not.
Fuck. You got to kind of think about like who realistically.
He just said
Nashville.
he wasn't a sports guy. Like 2
Arizona
seconds.
and Nashville.
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 Arizona.
Dude, they're playing from the heart right now. They just got ripped up by a tornado.
Okay,
There you
Nashville
go. There
wins.
you go.
Vancouver and Minnesota.
Taylor Hall's overrated. He can't play.
That
in
has
the
nothing to
playoffs.
do with this.
Minnesota. I was trained by a guy who trained that
Vancouver.
shit.
Vancouver.
I'll take Minnesota.
Minnesota. So Minnesota wins. Okay, so the next round is Colorado versus Winnipeg, Edmonton versus Dallas, St. Louis versus Nashville, and Minnesota versus Vegas. Colorado versus Winnipeg. Who wins?
Colorado.
Yeah, I gotta say Colorado.
Colorado wins.
They've got awesome defense from
Yeah.
what I remember.
Colorado. Okay.
Colorado.
Edmonton versus Dallas.
Edmonton.
Wheels?
Edmonton.
Yeah,
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yeah, I think Edmonton wins too. I think it's a very close one though. I don't think that Edmonton fucking wins that one easily. Okay, St. Louis versus Nashville.
Ugh,
St. Louis.
Nashville.
St. Louis.
Yep.
Yep. St. Louis wins that one. Minnesota versus Vegas.
Uh,
Vegas.
Yeah,
Hands down
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas, hands down. Okay, next
I really wish they were called the Golden Nuggets, though.
I wish they
would
were
be
just
clever,
called
actually.
the Knights and not the Golden Knights.
Yeah, but
You know, like if they were just called the Knights, it would be better.
well, Vegas ain't so flossy right now, anyway.
Yeah,
So.
they're not. Okay, Colorado versus Edmonton.
Colorado.
I want to say Edmonton because I want Edmonton.
Okay. Fuck.
Right?
Fuck. I'm
I
gonna
just
say.
want to make it harder for you.
Oh fuck. I'm the
Colorado's
decider.
so good,
Yeah.
man. Colorado's so good.
I know Colorado is so good.
And they don't have the fucking injuries that Edmonton has.
Okay, the only thing, and I mean the only thing making me say Edmonton right now is that I fucking love
You
Edmonton.
bleed. You
Wow,
bleed
wow.
oil.
I bleed oil. I
Am
love
I
the Oilers.
am I the Edmonton hater on the
No,
table?
dude,
Ooh.
you're the smart one here. Like
That's
Colorado probably wins this series.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like fucking realistically, let's. But I mean, I'm gonna pick Edmonton because fuck off. I
Sure.
love the fucking Oilers.
Sure.
So Jesus
Ooh,
Christ. All
electronic
right,
dance music. for
St.
the-
Louis and Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, I picked St. Louis.
I've never been there, so I'm gonna go with Vegas.
Vegas,
I've
okay.
been to Vegas. It's
Edmonton versus Vegas. Who wins?
neat.
This is
Vegas.
a close one.
Vegas.
Vegas.
I'm gonna go Edmonton.
I'll pick Edmonton too. All right, Edmonton is the West.
Hey man,
winner.
we gotta make it happen because it never will happen.
That's-
Oh fuck!
true.
Like I mean, look. I wouldn't have picked Edmonton and Colorado, but I pick Edmonton over Vegas.
I
there you go.
like
Edmonton,
Colorado.
Vegas is better than Colorado. I think.
I think Colorado's better than Vegas. Like hands down, Colorado's better than
You
Vegas.
picked Edmonton over Colorado too. What are you even talking about?
The only reason I did that is because I fucking had to.
You don't have to.
Yes, I did. I'm an Oilers fan. I had to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, let's move on to the East, guys. This round we have Columbus versus Toronto, Pittsburgh.
Columbus.
Wow,
Whoa,
dude.
I'm just
jeez.
kidding.
Hold, slow your roll, dog.
Pittsburgh versus Montreal, New York Rangers versus Carolina, and the New York Islanders versus Florida. The buys are Boston, Philadelphia, Tampa, and Washington.
Oh wow.
Columbus versus Toronto.
I actually think Toronto.
I'm gonna go with Columbus.
I'll go with Columbus too because Columbus beat fucking Tampa last year,
Wow.
and that was fucking
Come
something.
on, they got Blue Jackets, yeah.
If anyone's gonna beat Toronto, which is like Toronto, I mean, like goddamn, like they're not the best team in the league, but like they got some fucking talent, and Tampa had some fucking talent, and Columbus beat Tampa in fucking 4 games. So if anyone's gonna beat a team like Toronto, it's gonna be Columbus.
Sure.
I'll vote Columbus. So Columbus versus Boston. All right, so let's go with Pittsburgh versus Montreal.
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Fucking hands down. Wheels.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Dude, like, you know, I was a Habs fan as a kid just because
Yeah.
I like goaltending. I like Patrick Waugh.
Pittsburgh.
But I don't know, man. I'd give it to Pittsburgh just because there's something
fucking
about
hands down.
Penguins.
Pittsburgh had like fucking 2 of their top or 3 of their top players injured, and they were still fucking winning games like crazy.
I just
They're
got
so
another
stacked.
interjection
so
here, guys. We've been talking sports and not shooting Pink Whitney, and as it's all
talking about hockey.
chiclets and shit.
Like
why are
your
we
makes
not-
did like sports.
well, no. Sports make me want to drink liquor.
That's
Cheers. Oh, that Pink Whitney. Fuck me.
Oh, wow.
It's just good stuff.
And I worked late tonight, so I wouldn't have to go in tomorrow. So, even though I'm laid off.
Would you have had to go in tomorrow?
Yeah, we have to finish one thing. We had a project that needed to be finished, so we stayed late. That's why I was late for the podcast.
So are you off tomorrow?
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
New York Rangers versus Carolina.
New York.
Carolina.
I just don't like Carolina because of the 2006 playoffs.
That's fair.
Me too, but
So I'm just gonna try and vote them out no matter
they're
what.
fucking stacked.
Oh no, I'm changing actually. New York.
Nope, too late.
They have Artemi.
Dude, that was an 8th game call, and those don't happen.
New York New York Islanders versus Florida Panthers.
Islanders.
Islanders.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter now. We're all
I
going.
was gonna say Florida just because that's the fucking
Doesn't matter.
fucking state.
Washington's getting out of the East. Isn't it?
Okay, Boston and Columbus.
Boston.
Yeah,
Boston.
100%.
All right, Pittsburgh
Philly.
versus really Pittsburgh versus Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Broad Street Bullies, yo.
Yeah, they're not that anymore.
Yeah, I know. But still.
You're not allowed to be a bully. in the NHL.
Tampa versus Carolina.
Tampa.
Carolina. I'm picking an upset.
I'm picking Tampa because we were supposed to see him play.
Carolina.
Tampa. New York Islanders versus Washington.
Guess I showed how much I cared about that game we were going to go see, and you didn't. Typical Justin reaction.
Oh man, we all got the blues about that one. Fuck.
Washington.
Washington?
Yeah.
Washington?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter. Washington it is.
I just picked Washington because he did.
Yeah, that's fine. All right,
He says with the
Boston
tear.
and Pittsburgh.
Boston.
Boston. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh, but Boston wins because it doesn't matter. Tampa and Washington.
Tampa.
Washington.
Ooh, fuck. It's up to me. Yep, Washington wins that. For their previous Cup champs, they got it. Washington wins that. Okay. Boston versus Washington.
Boston.
Washington.
Ah, fuck. I'll pick Washington there.
Fuck. But I just got a haircut up in Albany. You gotta be fucking kidding me with this crap. Fuck,
Okay.
I'm gonna get my cockies and get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Tom Brady's the greatest of all time.
Wheels, you are gonna have a fucking seizure when you have to make this fucking decision.
Is this really what we think's gonna happen? This is not gonna happen.
Probably not. No.
All right.
Edmonton versus Washington for the Cup. Who wins?
Washington, for sure.
Washington.
Oh my god.
Washington wins the Stanley Cup.
I was the one who thought everything
Okay, I
was
thought you were
the
not
second round.
Washington wins the Cup. Sorry, Oilers. I fucking love you, but fuck. Kovalchuk and
That's too
Ovechkin
much.
and
That's
fucking
too
John
much.
Carlson and like Jesus Christ.
And Brain, yeah.
Fuck. There's no way. Like, I mean, Edmonton would. I don't think if it came down to it, I think the Oilers would stand a chance.
Connor McDavid gets the flu every 2 months.
Oh, what the fuck is your problem with
That's
Connor
because he's so
McDavid, man?
fucking sick on that ice.
The guy's had the flu fucking like twice.
He's probably got COVID for sure.
And you're like, he's good to flu. Fuck. Holy shit.
Dude, you gotta be careful what you say about Oilers to Tyson. He just picked them to lose. He's gonna be extra fucking fighty about it now.
Look, man. I love the Oilers. I love the Oilers. But like, let's be realistic here. Washington versus the Oilers in a best of 7.
Dude, the Capitals was always Mr. Natitian's favorite. Whenever
picked
like
them over
Danny
Colorado.
Natitian and I would play around.
I picked them over Colorado.
Always.
Like, I mean, that was like
Capitals.
the fucking semifinal. Like, you can't do that. You can't pick a favorite in the fucking Stanley Cup final.
Why not?
You just
We
can't.
just did.
Yeah.
It's
Washington
like that's
has
the
won
end
the
of the
cup.
line, man.
Dude, no.
Realistically, Colorado.
Realistically,
Colorado
Edmonton
would've
wouldn't
beat
make it that far.
No, I don't think they would have. I love the Oilers, but they wouldn't have made it that far. Absolutely not. So we've done it. The Washington Capitals are the Stanley Cup winners, according to science here.
It's the science of
The
a bunch
science.
of dudes drinking beer and Pink Whitney in a fucking apartment room.
That's right. So our podcast, it usually talks about pop culture,
Yeah.
video games,
Yeah.
movies, a little bit of sports, a shit ton of fucking Edmonton Oilers.
We had a little bit of a seriousness last week because of the world.
We also
did,
had a
But
little.
that's over now.
but
We,
like,
we also
had to
drank
go-
a lot last
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. Or did we not drink enough?
I feel like
It
we were
was
a little
enough.
messy before we started. Like I'm feeling a little messy now, but that's fine because it's
in
you know
the middle.
it's into it now. But like it was such a delay where we were all hanging out for like an hour and a half before we started recording, and we were taking shots and drinking drinks and eating food and socializing and probably telling the better stories and talking all our talk out before we
That's very
before we
true.
actually sat down and started recording, and we're hitting our stride. We're getting
Yeah.
it together.
I still hate my voice, but I'm quite enjoying
Well, it's because
that,
your voice is
so-
like, hello.
That's
Yeah,
not
dude.
my
I'm like,
voice.
hey, Wheels, man, hey, can I come over at 6 for the pod? And you're like, yeah.
Dude, I can
said, of course, that is a lie.
even your messages ooze that kind of
That is-
disinterest.
They really do.
No,
Just
they
like,
do not.
fuck.
Of course.
Why is people
I'm gonna be
contacting me?
late. What is
Good.
that? Where's the emotional response? You're a fucking droid.
Well, yeah.
Fucking replicant. Busted ass.
Hey, Wheels, can I still come over at 6? Of course. Okay, well, I'll be there.
That's not how
Okay.
I
It's
said
not
it.
even nice. It's okay.
That is
Of course,
not how
yes,
that
I'll
was.
deal with you.
In my brain, that response is, of course you can. That would be awesome.
Do you hear
come
that?
here
It
earlier.
sounds just like his text message.
How it came across was, of course.
Yeah, he just said that. This is me excited. Of course.
I'm sorry,
Anyway,
folks. We're talking about my voice again.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is delightful.
Oh my god, that's just my voice.
You hear how angry he was? Neither did we. right. That's enough. Wheels.
that's
Sorry,
enough.
man. Sorry, man.
Shit. Good. Thank you.
Oh, do you
Wheels.
know?
No, I don't. But somebody bought 2 Wheels Blues podcast mugs.
Yes.
If you're listening, thank you.
That's
awesome. Thank you for buying 2 mugs.
I think I have an idea who it was, but I don't know until you show me.
It doesn't tell me who bought anything, so I have no idea who bought those.
The only reason I think that is because I sent a bunch of text messages with that link to like my family, and I think my
it was in
family
Alberta.
very supportive.
I think it was in Alberta.
You can tell that?
Yeah, I think
That's
it was
creepy.
Like
You can tell where it was like bought, like who bought it.
Alberta.
Like like what region bought what.
I guess that makes sense because they charge different taxes, so it's going to reflect on our.
Like I have to file like a tax
if we make it, of course.
for the $4 we made off those mugs. Yeah.
Holy shit! Okay. This is getting complicated.
It's not.
Well, shut the pod down. It's getting too complicated.
It's the last episode. Sorry, folks.
Now. Well, that's it,
We're gonna do
folks.
taxes.
We're shutting her down.
No, we don't have to worry about taxes till like June because of the COVID anyway. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
We're
true.
good.
Yeah,
We don't have to worry about it
we're
till
fine.
next year.
You got two more months and then we're out.
So thank you, whoever bought the mugs.
yeah, thanks.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
sure you're an absolutely.
Drink coffee out those things.
I'm sure you're an
Please
absolutely
do.
wonderful,
Please
beautiful
do.
human being.
You're goddamn rights. Thank you for buying those mugs.
We love you.
We love you. Thanks, Mom.
Your mom lives in
was it your
Alberta.
mom?
The sale came from Alberta, dude.
Okay, then it was definitely not my mom.
I mean, don't quote me on that. Jesus.
I
Christ.
believe you.
I've had like
110%.
I've had like fucking 3.
It feels right. It feels right.
If it was
Yeah,
from
feels
Alberta, was it him? Was it you?
No, actually, remember I was like, did you guys buy any?
Yeah,
mugs?
Oh,
dude,
yeah,
that
you
happened
did. Yeah, I do
in the
remember,
group
And then
chat.
I was like, hey, I asked my girlfriend if she bought any mugs, and she was like,
why the fuck would she buy mugs?
exactly. That was her response. That was her response.
Dustin,
Exactly.
did your girlfriend buy mugs?
I don't have a girlfriend. Nobody loves me.
Oh, okay.
We
Those
love
are two
you.
separate
That's
statements.
fair. But I was gonna say she's wearing a t-shirt, man. We're wearing it down.
Yeah,
I
well,
feel
she also
Look.
wore an Oilers jersey, and I could see the sadness in her eyes.
dude.
Oh yeah,
man.
I've spent years wearing her down.
That is a real smile in that picture with the shirt on, man. I think she's secretly super into it.
No, she's not. Trust me.
No?
she's not.
No, well,
She's like, she's not.
well
Yeah.
then I don't know who that smile was for because it was
Oh,
a real smile.
It was
Good
probably
her.
for our son.
Good for her, man.
Yeah,
It was
probably.
for the son.
She's probably just like visualizing our son while she was wearing the shirt about
It's
our
all
podcast.
for Bruce. It
Oh, yeah.
probably is all for Bruce.
Had nothing to do with us.
That's fair. That's
Whoa, excuse me.
What's your favorite bar now? It's the Moose Knuckle.
No, dude, I haven't
The
been there.
Moose
Not
Knuckle?
the Moose Knuckle.
Oh
It-
man,
it's
I
the
made
Moose
reservations there all
No,
the
shout
time.
out to the Moose Knuckle. Though I know they don't play podcasts in that fucking establishment.
Really?
Yeah, no, they don't.
I heard
What?
I heard there were listeners in the Moose Knuckle.
I heard lies.
That's not.
I don't.
true.
I don't know if they. Maybe they do.
Well, Chad,
Oh wow! What is out in the Moose Knuckle? Okay, Chad, are you listening to us or not?
Probably
holy
not.
fuck, Chad.
Though the Moose Knuckle is a great place. I once lived in that bar.
I've been to that bar. It's pretty good.
It's a lot of stairs.
I
lot of
spent a
stairs, a lot of
significant
stairs.
amount of time with Chad and Fawn in that bar.
Oh, we're just outing everybody at the Moose Knuckle.
Yeah, fuck, we might as well.
All right, cool.
I don't think they're gonna care.
They might care.
I mean, not Fawn. There we go.
No, just wait till we give our Patreon supporters a shout out.
okay.
No one's gonna believe that her name is actually Fawn.
Yes, they will.
Why not? Why would you even say that?
I don't know.
People have a hard time believing people's names. Is that the world we live in now? You can't even be yourself without judgment and criticism.
This is not turning out that a way that I thought it was going to turn out.
What, by calling someone out on their name, assuming that people are just going to disrespect them due to their name? You are Austrian, aren't you?
Yes, yes.
All right, guys.
No
what,
wonder
about,
you've read mine.
what about your favorite restaurants in town?
Bright spot.
Wheels?
The spice joint,
Okay.
but with a caveat that I love the whiskey jack because I have.
Dude, I have a caveat with every restaurant that I
Okay.
would call
Yeah,
is my
that's
favorite, but the Bright Spot is my all-around
But
go-to
spice
place.
joint is my favorite restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah, Bright Spot's just my go-to. I've loved that place for so long. I've sat in the same seat. I just wish they'd let us put plaques on our table.
Does anybody give a fuck what mine is?
No.
Is it
Oh
the
yeah,
bright
well,
spot?
that sounds like my life.
I love dude.
Is it the bright spot? It's probably the bright spot.
It is the bright spot.
Of course it is.
Why not, man?
With the caveat of the spice joint.
See, I like a lot of restaurants in town. I eat.
Wait, you like the spice joint?
Fucking rights are like the
What's not
spice
to like?
joint.
He just
I fucking agree with you.
he gets
but
the
it's
plain
Tyson.
chips and a water though.
No, I fucking eat the shirt.
Yeah, he does.
Man, look, the Bright Spot is the best restaurant in
It's
all of Jasper.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite
Yeah,
restaurant.
honest to God.
It's the go-to.
Honest to God.
Evie, you should listen to our podcast.
If that place went out of
We
business,
should totally get evidence.
I would starve to death. That place is
Legit.
amazing.
Dude, Friday lunches, back when they were everyday lunches, and we'd go 5 days a week to that place and wondered why we didn't have money on payday.
Yeah, that place, man. The Bright Spot is the most consistent restaurant in Jasper.
Dude, right?
It's the most.
I
like,
feel
if
at
you
home
need
there.
breakfast, if you need lunch, if you need dinner, if you need a beer, if you need coffee, fucking pick something.
Dude, how's that
You can
place
get it
not
there.
home? Vula comes out, chastises us like we're her children. Fucking, she takes care of your little boy.
Yeah.
Like,
What?
no, that place is like
that place,
I
man.
love that place.
That is my
through and through.
ultimate favorite restaurant in Jasper.
I have
is
gone
the
there
Bright
for
Spot.
over a decade. and
I really love that
nonstop.
you guys have like an emotional connection.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
I have
I
a
fucking love
massive
that place.
emotional
I like
connection
that.
to
That's
that
really
place.
cool. That's
Dude,
really
man, when they were closed one day and we had to go to Smitty's, we sent Evie pictures of us sad eating breakfast at Smitty's.
Nice.
Because we're like, look at what you're doing to us.
Yeah,
we
like-
miss you.
Don't close. What the hell,
Dude, like that, no, because then we've been sitting in the same seats for
Since-
fucking 10 years.
Yeah,
That's true. They do have a assigned
longer than
seats.
that.
Yeah.
We actually kick people out of those when we get there.
Dude, I always found it funny that we'd get there and my grandpa would be there and he'd be sitting in my chair. And it's like, oh, damn, Grandpa Sid, he's sitting in Sid's chair. Damn, that's awesome. Because that was his favorite place to go because he'd run into me.
There was nothing we could do when your grandpa
So
showed
is
up.
that why it's your favorite spot? Because it's like a traditional.
No.
It's...
I know you guys go there because I've been there with you.
It was
I know
our
you
favorite
guys-
spot because you could smoke cigarettes in there when you could still
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was close. Well, it wasn't close.
It wasn't.
We all lived on the other end of town and we
Yeah,
didn't go to the
but it
fucking
was the
Mountain
place
Rose.
that you could have a cigarette while you.
Was
had
that
your
one of the
coffee.
last places in town to like get rid of smoking?
No, it was just like
It was, you know what? I can't
it was just
recall
like
why.
the kind of place where you could smoke inside, and everywhere else was kind of like.
Dude, we've had a rotating cast of friends who worked there. Like when I
Yeah,
was dating
that's
Sasha,
good.
she worked there. Or before I was dating Sasha, she worked
But I
there.
agree with
like,
you about the spice joint.
Middle Potter worked there too.
Man, the spice joint is like the best chicken sandwich in town.
My friend Mel worked there. We've had lots of friends.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Dano the Mangina.
Yeah, Dano did, yeah.
We only called him that because he was like the only male server that worked there in the time until there was another one recently. But like, there's been 2 male servers in like.
Yeah, like you
a
gotta fit in
decade.
there. Like if you're a server at the Bright Spot, you have to just tell us to fuck off.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah.
That's why when our friends work there, it
this-
works so well.
Yeah,
I
like,
make guest appearances there once in a while. It's really nice that Evie and Fula
Yeah.
are super happy to see me. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that. It's
like
very nice.
Vula will grab you by the ear.
Dude, she used to hit me all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
she'll grab you
Yeah.
by the ear
I
and
was a
drag
shitty
you,
person,
and
but-
she'll be like, "Why are you hungover?" And you'll say,
Well, you go
"Well,
out too much, you have too many beers.
yeah,
No
like you
respect.
should not be
Awesome.
hungover." And you're like, "Well, I was out drinking," and she'll be like, "What are you? That's all you do is drink." And you're like, "Well, no, that's what I did last night." And she'd be like, "You have better things to do."
Awesome.
Yeah, but she would grab you by the ear like a mother while
That's
you do it.
awesome.
And that's why we love the Bright Spot, because it's like you're their family.
It's like
you
the
know?
Jasper version of Cheers.
No, it's like
Not the Jasper
Where
version.
everybody
No.
knows your name? For sure.
well,
It's
but
kind of like
no,
that, I
it's
guess.
not.
No,
It's bigger than that.
it's bigger than Cheers.
Bigger than that.
Okay.
Bigger than Jesus, too, I'm sure.
I
Damn
bet
right.
it's bigger than
The Bright
Cheers.
Spot is bigger than that.
Bigger than the made-up person. in the
Bigger than
bottle.
guns and bigger
No,
than
the
cigarettes.
Bright Spot is your family. At the end of the day,
For
they're
sure.
your family.
Absolutely. I love that place.
And that's why we always go there, because they're like our family.
Fuck, I love that the Friday lunch is still a tradition, man. Like, at least it's still Friday.
One day I'll get into how much they have done for my son,
Yeah.
but not today.
Just like watching Bruce when you're there. Or?
No, just like
how they
what
are.
they've done for him.
They're
what
like,
they've
they're
done
like
for me.
grandparents. They're like grandparents.
They're
awesome.
like
That's
they
really
are
cool,
like
man.
honorary.
I love Evie and
grandparents.
Vula, and
Like
Bill's
Bill,
fucking awesome.
Bill and
Bill's
Vula
awesome.
and
I
Evie
love him.
and Greg are like honorary. They're like
I
my
just
family.
don't get there enough because it's so
Yeah,
fun.
like you can't imagine how
so
much
fun.
they're like my family because of
That's
how
awesome.
how they treat my son, how they treat me,
How they treat us.
Inga.
They've treated
They
treat
all of
everybody-
us for
they
for
treat
a
everybody
decade. Like
wonderful.
Vula's concerned about us. She gives a shit when she doesn't like what we're doing because she gives a shit.
Yeah, she
and
gives
it's
a
genuine.
shit for
It's
drinking
awesome.
too much or partying too much.
And that dude, fuck man, we were doing that a lot when we were
Yeah,
going
we
there
were. And she was
regularly.
like, "Why are you doing this?" And
What's
she would
wrong with
grab-
you?
She would grab us by the ear and off we go.
Yeah, smack you upside the head.
But honest to God,
Yeah,
best
you still
restaurant in
come here
town.
still.
If you don't eat breakfast there, you're out of your mind.
California Club, 100%. Get some cider ranch. Squeeze that on that Sandy.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's
Best
ballin'.
meat sauce in the entire town.
Best donair in town too, man. I had one for lunch today, and I was like, "Fuck, I've been craving it all week."
I might call it the best meat sauce in the Province.
Wow.
Yeah, I would.
Those balls of the cojones on this motherfucker right
Maybe,
there.
but like if you eat the meat sauce, you'll be like, ah, fuck yeah, okay, I see where you're coming from. It's the best meat sauce in the province.
If you say so.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's very well done.
But yeah.
But yes, that is my favorite restaurant in town. It's your favorite restaurant
Yeah.
in town.
Hands down.
The
This
spice,
is no
the
contest.
spice joint
The
is
spice joint
so
Spice
is
good.
Joint's
good.
awesome.
Restaurant.
Dwayne's done really well. I hope they can expand the menu a bit.
Absolutely.
But I haven't been there in a while because it's been closed the last couple of times I've
I
tried.
feel like they do they do more traditional like dinners.
It
on
is so
Sundays.
good though.
It's yeah.
Oh my god,
man,
it is
their
so
sandwiches.
good.
Yeah, no, I've been there once or twice. The last time Justin and I tried to go there was, oh man, that couple that like
So
looked
good.
at us just
Yeah.
sitting there drinking their water.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh, I guess there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
Right. Yeah.
and it's like they were just sitting there. They had empty food things.
know what?
They were
I tried
sipping
to go
water,
there with
and it
Andy.
was just like we can't. They're like, you know, you don't have to give up your seat, but you could at least offer it. We would have said no.
Yeah.
But like, come on, there's like 3 sitting high tables that you could have just been like, oh yeah, you guys need to sit here. No. That place was empty. There was just them sitting in the sit down tables, and it's like,
I tried to go there with Andy probably like a month ago too, and it was like the same.
yeah. It's just like, come on, just move to a high table, leggy people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The
it is
seats are
so
really,
good though.
those seats are accommodated.
I'm a
to you.
celebrity now, people. You gotta move.
Oh,
Like,
Like,
Oh,
like
God,
if
this
you
fucking
get that
shit.
cocoa bread, if you get that cocoa
oh,
bread,
it's so good.
oh my god, is it
Dwayne,
good.
we need to know what your cocoa bread is.
Holy fuck! If you want to come on the show, let me know.
Cocaine. That's why you
No,
guys.
I don't
it's
think
like
it is.
an
I think
opening.
it's just fucking pure delicious.
Whatever it is delicious.
Holy fuck!
It's
That-
bringing you guys
that
back. You
jerk
guys are
chicken
scratching your
sandwich-
arms about it right now.
Absolutely.
That
Really,
jerk
man.
chicken
I
sandwich
wish
that's
it-
there. Fuck it, man. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I, feel,
so
I
good.
feel the same way about the jerk chicken sandwich as I do about the ranch sauce at North Face.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No,
Like, it's like if I don't have that at least once a month.
Dude, there's been a few times I've gotten that ranch sauce and it's just like liquidy, and I'm so disappointed. It's like it tastes the same, but it doesn't even stick to my pizza.
The
Fuck is this?
But then you go to the spice joint and you're like, fuck. It's so good.
But my other favorite restaurant in
Oh.
town is the Whiskey Jack Bar and Grill.
Oh,
That is
oh my
only
God, that's
because.
shameless
It's
plug.
only because it's terrible food. It's just because my father
no.
owns it.
Whoa.
No, it is
Dude,
not.
you're
Whoa.
no, I know. I'm just saying he's making a caveat like he's got to explain why it's good. The food there is awesome.
I was gonna
John,
I was gonna go into a story about how he like would make
damn,
us like
by mistake.
hangover dinners, man, because they were
Dude, my
amazing.
mistake.
I
My
know,
mistake.
right?
I just
Ooh.
the only reason I'm saying that is because I just assumed you're gonna say because he's my dad.
That's not what I was. No.
Okay, well, if
No,
if John listens to this, I'm sorry, but I
I have eaten at 3
trying to
separate
get it.
John Reeder restaurants,
Yeah.
and I have been like very happy with.
Fiddle Raven and Whiskey Jack.
Yeah.
yeah, every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, every,
You guys have lived here like most of your life.
Yeah.
Have you?
I remember Mountain Foods.
Have you been in Mountain Foods as well?
I was when I was a kid, man. My uncle Ted worked there.
Sweet. Oh yeah, he totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get when I worked at the fishing shop. We used to have to get lunches for people, so we used to have to go to the Mountain Foods to get the
I
sandwiches.
probably made you those sandwiches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to have to go
Did you
get
have
them.
legs?
Yeah, but they didn't work.
I just try to always imagine you like walking around. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. No,
Mountain Foods
I
opened right around the time that I lost my leg.
I would like to do a huge apology for my statement about the Whiskey Jack. I just was trying to be an asshole to my friend and totally backfired, and I feel like a piece of shit. John does amazing things. Even the sushi Sunday that we went to was awesome. And the last time I ate there, the food was incredible. And the Whiskey Jack is an amazing restaurant.
And
everyone who listens to this, who comes to Jasper, should eat there.
And the only reason I don't say it's my favorite restaurant because it is my father, and I don't want to be that guy that's like my father's the best ever. So that's why I said the Spice Truck.
Yeah, but dude, your dad's amazing. Ben, when we'd be drinking at your house when you were still living with him,
oh man,
and he'd come in and just be like "Oh, you boys need a snack." He made us fucking
lamb and lobster at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just whipped up some fallen fig chutney for these lamb shanks," and it's like. John, what the hell are you doing? No, I'm not going to eat with you guys. I just want to make this for you guys.
You want to be drunk and hungover, you got to be at my house.
He just feeds you this stuff. It's 2:30 in the morning. We've just been, drinking rum and watching hentai, because, we're adults.
Because what we do. That's what we do.
It's what we were doing at the time.
Yeah. All right, so... what do you guys think? Should we call her a night?
Yeah, surely. I just want to have a quick thing. We won't talk about the Cerny PS5 thing because that was definitely a talk that was meant for GDC.
Oh, fuck.
I just shut the fuck up. That was a conversation meant for GDC. That was for the Game Developers Conference. It was not meant as a
I watched that shit.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, cool, sweet. Fuck it.
Like, that retro encabulator? You know that video about the retro encabulator? That's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
that's because this was the speech for GDC. I feel like it was recorded after GDC got canceled, and they just put it out as here's news. There's no flash, there's no fanfare, and they're still talking about a holiday release. And I just don't feel there's going to be a holiday release for new consoles. But that aside, the Resident Evil 3 demo did drop. And I have got to say,
here we go.
I have been playing the shit out of it, and you know what? It's just like with the RE2 remake. It's not RE2. It's an awesome reimagining.
Nothing's going to be RE2.
The demo that I've played is stellar. I am concerned about the Nemesis because he seems like he's going to be a right prick throughout.
Did you?
Goddamn!
Did you order it through Amazon or did you order it digitally?
I digitally did it because I want to play it at 10 p.m.
Yeah. and that's fine because I feel like Amazon's going to shut down here right away.
Yeah,
I'll be able to get
Amazon is not going to.
I'm gonna get a physical copy later, like I did with RE2. Right. I want to play at 10 p.m.
That's fine.
I've got a physical copy of Final Fantasy VII coming, and I've already got the notification that it may not come on time.
Yeah, that's.
But that was put out. That's fine. But I gotta say, man, the RE3 demo, the fucking dodge mechanic is sweet, and it works so much better than the original RE3. The graphics are amazing. I like snarky Jill Valentine because in the people that I've met who have gone through traumatic things or had traumatic life experiences or careers, once they come out, they usually one of two ways. Either they're laughing, happy, jokester people with a lot of snarky smartassery, or they're manically depressed and they drink and they use drugs. And her, just the way she reacts, the way she talks, she's just like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, you're gonna do that, okay. Like I like the spin on the Jill Valentine character they put in, and I am excited to play the finished product. Yeah, like I said, the dodge mechanic, super cool. I even went through and completed that demo so much to the point I got all 20 collectibles where there are silly ass things that you have to do. Like you have to do 25 perfect dodges so that a car door opens so you can kill a zombie that comes out of it so you can hit a bobblehead that's sitting on the seat. Shit like that. And it was awesome. And oh man. Yes.
I just have a question. Is the dodge mechanic, is that new to Resident Evil 4?
No. It was in the original Resident Evil 3. It was just fucking hard to execute properly. And in this over-the-shoulder 3D space, it's a lot easier. I still ended up having a hard time getting 25 perfect dodges without dying. But it's a lot easier. The game is beautiful too. It is super pretty. I cannot wait.
Resident Evil 2 was super pretty.
Right? No, man, that Reach for the Moon engine that Capcom developed. Capcom is in a huge renaissance, and I hope they do not stop. I hope they. I don't want them to keep remaking games. Code Veronica remake would be cool because Code Veronica was supposed to be Resident Evil 3, and then when they were just like, shit, no, fuck, we'll just put out Resident Evil Nemesis. Anyway, Capcom's in a renaissance. Resident Evil 3 is going to be sweet. I cannot wait. They're dropping a beta for anyone that's a hardcore gamer or likes the Resident Evil series. They dropped the demo for RE3 on Thursday. They're dropping the open beta for the asymmetrical online Resident Evil game that's packaged with RE3 on Friday next week. So especially if y'all are off work with the Corona thing, fucking get on that shit. And if you've got PS4s, add me at the Taliseed is my PSN, TALISEED. We can play some Resident Evil 3. It'll be sweet.
And I'm at Twilight 1981 on PSN.
Right?
Did you
spell that out for the people though?
TILITE 1981.
Yeah. No, we'll play some online Resident Evil.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where can we find you guys on social media?
I'm at Squeed, SKWEED, and I'm at Squeed Love, 2 E's _ love on Instagram. I think that's my Instagram, man. I don't know. I don't even use my own Instagram anymore since I got the pod. So follow our podcast Instagram at Wheels Blues Pod.
And I'm at MightyWheels on Twitter, and all my other social media feeds are Twilight 1981 because I'm not that clever.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Twilight, by the way, is the brand of his wheelchair.
Yes, it's not that clever.
All right, well, you can find all of us at Wheels Blues on Twitter, Wheels Blues Podcast at gmail.com if you want to email us.
Yeah, we'll read out your shit if it's appropriate.
That's right.
So if you got stuff to say to us, we will talk back at y'all.
Please do.
Eric is at Eric_83 on Twitter, and I am at Tin Can Blues. If you want to visit the website, holy shit, you're gonna have to give me a second. That is wheelsbluespodcast.wixsite.com/mysite.